think I found one. Okay, I think we found. So, if you ever get to the point, right? If you ever get to the point where, you know, you will have a girl. Toru is already not happy about what I'm about to say. You know, you might want to remain the alpha in this relationship, okay? And this guy, he is actually gonna tell you how to stay alpha in your relationship. I'm laughing so hard I can't even put this right. Is that tail a goat or are you half goat rabbit woman? Well, I'm a vampire. But today I used the good plug for you. Wink, wink, wink. Okay, wait, but I need to put up chat as well. Wait, where are you though? Where's chat? Where did chat go? Oh, I'm dumb. There we go. Wait. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna do it this way. I'll put you up here. There we go. Oh man. Oh man. She can't avoid the pet allegations. I swear at this point, I could do this. Wait. We can't do. Ha! No more pets. No more puppy. Fuck you. This is what you get. This is what you get, chat. This is what you get. Yes. I'm not a furry. I promise. You can't say this. Oh my god, I'm just waiting for the day where where my chat makes me explain that to my mom. Like, at one point, if we have a, like, goal or somewhere, like, I don't know, like another vampathon or something, and we just have, explain your mother what a furry is and why you are one. Put it back! The tail? Nah! 5 subs, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just want to beat the furry allegations, man. The tail is gone. Everyone's crying. Oh fuck! I forgot Blaze is here. Nuh-uh. Don't even think about it. See, even the dog says no. Fucking hell. Okay, are you guys ready to learn how to remain the alpha in a relationship and which 5 rules you need to take care of? Are you ready to learn? Imagine someone gets a fursuit. I'm very glad I don't have that on my throne. So you'll beat the furry allegations when the sun dies out. Well, that's not gonna happen too late, right? Wasn't there something in the talks with the sun dying or some shit? Isn't that already a work in progress? Okay, well. Fine. Have your fucking tail. God damn it. I hate you. I hate you, please. You're not helping me beat those allegations. Fine. No, wait, no, I'm not. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna say it because if I even just say it as a joke, it will happen. So I'm just gonna shut up and not say it. If there even is a chance for a furry toggle on a future outfit, then no. You know what? No, I learned. I learned my lesson. I'm not gonna say it.
What is up, AD team? Austin Dunn. I'm back again with another video. And today's
Take
video,
notes,
I'm gonna
chat,
tell you
right?
how you can remain alpha in a long-term relationship. Because like I said in the past few videos, a lot of you guys watching these red pill videos, how to get girls videos, single dating life videos, you're gonna be cucked up probably within the next 3 to 5 years. So it's best that you are proactive and already know, especially if you're in a relationship now, on how to remain your alphaness. And when I say alpha, I'm using that term as a placeholder for other words like ambitious, attractive, masculine, and dominant. So just keep that in mind. So without further ado, let's go ahead.
The way he already says alpha is enough for me, really.
Ahead and get into the video. Number one, you must keep your purpose first. It all comes back down to your grind, what you're doing day in, day out, and what made you that attractive, ambitious man in the first place. A lot of guys in a long-term relationship get way too comfortable. They stop going to the gym. They stop doing...
What's his problem? What's his problem?
Relationship get
this man looks happy.
Way too comfortable. They stop going to the
Listen.
Gym. They
What's his problem?
These ambitious, masculine things that they
did
were
somebody
doing.
Say no? I did not.
Over time, slowly start falling within her frame, and then bam, she loses interest, and bam, she doesn't view you as the same dominant man that she fell in love with in the first place. So guys, stay on your purpose and always be searching and doing new things, new goals.
Don't forget, if a woman falls in love with you, obviously she falls in love with how you look and everything, and she's not gonna develop a deeper bond to you. And therefore, if you don't keep up the exact same level that you, you know, that she got to know you with, she's gonna lose interest because there obviously wasn't a deeper bond formed. Keep that in mind.
Myself, I'm at a good place in my life when it comes to finances and my business, my purpose.
Totally didn't steal those.
But even if a chick came into my situation long term, I am not letting off of it. And
wait a second.
Chick came into my life when it comes to finances and my business, my purpose. But even if a chick came into my You
can't make this shit up, motherfucker. Be single himself. Even if a chick came into my life, bitch, bro, single. So I guess all of his tips must be working.
Situation long term, I am not letting off of it, and I'm still searching for new ventures, new side hustles, new ways to monetize myself, and new ways to increase my finances. So with that being said,
Why should that have to do with like anything with dating? Also, if my model creeps out, that's because I'm literally like doing my makeup right now. But like, what is that supposed to do? Like, okay, just don't lose ambition, but that should be, you know, a regular thing in life, not just when you're dating. Like, you know, don't forget what you are living for, I guess. Like, he's single himself and saying this shit.
Your purpose first, no negotiations ever. Number two, keep your sexual market value high.
And you know, maybe at some point, a you purpose turns into a we purpose, you know, children's, for example.
So what I mean by this is that every time you step out, you need to literally assume that you can be single the next day. That's the best way to think about it.
Even if I had maidens, I wouldn't have maidens.
Even if you're in a long-term relationship, every time you go out, look as attractive as you can be. Every single day, every single week, go to the gym, keep your body fat percentage low.
Every single day, go to the gym, chat. I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear a fucking single excuse. You gotta go to the gym every single day. Got it? Maybe even twice a day, you know, in the morning and in the evening, because you gotta look attractive, right? Become Giga Chat, stay alpha, hit gym, yes. And get rich and buy Louis Vuitton.
Keep your style on point, still go shopping, still...
Have a home gym easy? Yeah, you just gotta go in there, look around, yes, still looks like it's looking good, and then leave again, and you hit the gym. Or you just hit one of the things basically, like, physically just hit that.
Still search for these new things
But
to make
I'm too
yourself
busy
look more
watching
attractive.
out.
Still find that
Watch it in the gym. You could be on a treadmill right now. You could be lifting weights and, you know, listening to this as a podcast. You don't need to look at him. You need to listen to it, right? You gotta stay on the grind. Hit the gym every day.
a new hairstyle that's gonna make you look
You sick? Don't care. You have cancer and are literally dying? Don't care. Hit the gym.
a little bit better. And the point is, if you keep your sexual market value high, especially if you increase it as time goes on, she's gonna see you as that guy and she's gonna fall for you more and more just because, like, looking back, you were this guy and now you're even more attractive. Now you have even more value. Imagine the opposite, where you actually have lost value within yourself. You started losing your attractiveness. You started gaining weight. You started, you know, not making as much money. That's definitely a turnoff. And I even tell the chicks who I'm dealing with long term, yo, if I'm staying on point, you gotta stay on point too. And that
Don't forget, chat, you are always being reevaluated. If your value drops, you're gonna get dumped. Floof agrees. Thank you.
gives them more motivation to stay on point and for them to stay attractive, stay beautiful, and increase and maintain their SMV too. So, like I said, I'm always assuming the next day I could literally be
SMV, is that literally short for sexual market value? That is so fucking disgusting, bro. Also, how do you measure it? Is it measured in dollars?
be single, and that's the way I operate in my mindset. Number 3, you must maintain
scale from 1
the
to 10,
dynamic.
or-
So usually in a good relationship, the dynamic is masculine, dominant, feminine, submissive, right? So over time, the more beta you get, the more weak you get.
I'm so sorry. Hey, bro, what's your SMV? My what? Your SMV. Holy shit. I'm so sorry. I try to watch this like super seriously, but
You'll start to notice how she's telling you what to do. She's like withholding sex from you. You're
excuse me. She's was
I used Cumrag has more wisdom than this alpha.
That's pretty fucking on point, Chris. Thank you for the tier 3. How does he say withholds sex? As if that's like a service. She's not like
starting to like kind of fall within her frame, her feminine frame. Never want to do that. You always gotta keep, this sounds horrible, but a foot on her neck, so to speak. And with that being said,
This sounds horrible, continues to say it. Well, maybe. Just maybe. You know, it's not a right thing to say then.
don't mean that in a negative way with that analogy. All I'm saying is that you must maintain your masculine, dominant type of frame throughout the whole entire relationship. You can literally never let up. The moment she steps out of line,
Even if I had a chick, she wouldn't hop on my pee-pee. Well, she only wants you for that and your money, but she doesn't want anything else from you because of all of the fucking bullshit you're talking online. Imagine a girl actually interested in him, then he finds this challenge, he's like, never mind, bro. Goodbye. Denying my let me get my facial cream real quick. And I don't mean his cream because you know, his SMV is too low, chat. His SMV is too low. Okay. So, chat, what's my SMV? Now I need to know, since that's my only life purpose now. If my SMV is too low, I might as well just, you know. So what's my SMV, chat? What's my
and starts doing things that weren't there before, especially when it's out of her frame and your
This is
frame,
a guy book.
you
Yes,
gotta keep her in
it
check,
is.
bro. So keep the dynamic, and hopefully you started the relationship off with the right dynamic. And that's the first step into vetting
Oh, for real,
a
babe, fuck
long-term
you.
relationship prospect, is making sure that the dynamic is set and it's there from the beginning. A lot of you guys get into relationships where the dynamic is off from the start, and so it only gets worse throughout the relationship. Number 4, maintain your social life. Listen, your chick should be an aspect of your life, but not your whole entire life. You should still maintain your social life with your friends. You should still
I mean, that is literally what a healthy relationship entails, yes.
maintain your hobbies and everything that made you a social creature, for lack of better words. So the point is, have a life, still make friends, still make new friends, still hang out with your old buddies, and don't overall just make her the center of your world, because that's going to make you less attractive to her. I promise you, I promise you. And it's going to be more attractive when you don't give her all the time she wants because you're busy doing this, you're busy doing that.
Well, I agree with certain things he says. It is good to remain, you know, your own person and still have your life and your hobbies. However, Nico!
Hi Chi-Chi, happy horny day, fake
Happy
porn,
hump
button,
day!
button, mash.
Happy hump day! Welcome! So, like, I do get that, you know, this is my, facial ventilator, by the way. This sounds weird. So I do get that you're supposed to keep your own life, right? But, like, if you don't give her, like, he makes it sound like, you know, she's just a thing on the side where, I don't know. I really like relationships where you share hobbies and potentially even friends. You know, so you can do stuff together, but you still have, like, you know, your own things to do, I guess. So you need to be a social creature to be alpha. It's so Jover from ya. Fuck you. Damn it, you've lost already. No chance to become an alpha now. I think your life purpose is done now. Hello Kitty Island. It's not saying Hello Kitty Island Adventure, it's saying just chatting, isn't it? It's a ventilator to make my cream getting fast. That's I just
You
stopped.
got a travel trip plan, you're hanging out with friends today, you know, and every day you're just not in her face. And trust me, a lot of girls will say they want to see you every single day, and that might be the case, but when you actually have a life and you're not able to see her every day, that's going to make you even more attracted to her, especially in a long-term relationship. And number 5, guys.
Well, what? It's not making him more attractive. It just shows he's a human being or a semi-healthy human being. Everything else is questionable. But what I do think makes it more attractive is if, you know, that's actual dating advice right now. If she knows you are busy, yet you are making time for her. And I think that is the very, very big difference that he just fucks up and just doesn't realize. It's not the fact that you are busy what makes you attractive, but the fact that you are busy yet regardless you make time for her. Because women like to be the center of attention. Women like to be the purpose of your life. And of course you can't be 100% that. However, if you show them that you put an effort to, you know, spend as much time with them as possible, then that's what makes a man attractive.
Maintain your ability to walk away. And she must know this too. She must know that at any given moment, you are not so emotionally invested that you're not able to walk away. And
at any given moment, meaning, oh, by the way, I didn't like the way you spoke to me yesterday, goodbye.
that's where you gotta kind of remain proactive in a relationship and not get your feelings too invested. In the red pill space, there's a saying that you can love a woman, but don't fall in love with a woman. Because when you fall in love, that's when it makes it very, very hard to walk away.
You can love a woman, but you cannot fall in love with a woman.
Even under very, very negative circumstances. You know, example, a girl has cheated on you and you took her back.
That's not falling in love with someone. That is being emotionally, you know, attached to someone. That's a different story, my guy. I'm very sorry for what has happened to you in the past that you do not know that difference. And True Alpha plays Icky Cookie with the homies. Bye forever, you were mean to me once. Well, goodbye.
Horrible, guys. You must maintain your ability to walk away, and you must, indirectly let her know that, and she must subconsciously know that too, because that's going to make you the most attractive man in a long-term relationship, and that's overall a man's power, their ability to walk away.
That is a man's power, the ability to walk away. Watch him get left. Literally watch him get fucking stood up by a woman. He's gonna be like, she must have been a man because that power only resides in the male gender, in the true alpha male gender. Women cannot walk away.
So, with that being said, remain all these 5 points within a long-term relationship, and if you do, you're gonna be.
And if you do, it's not gonna stay a long-lasting relationship. I thought power was stored in the balls. Yes. I think this video is him just realizing how much he loves men. Or just how much he hates women.
Be that masculine, dominant, attractive man that she loved in the first place and will continue to love, to a degree, right? So, that being said, subscribe, like the video. Don't forget to check out Level Up Apparel merch down below. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.
Oh my god. I feel like he has more jewels like that. I feel like, see, he told you guys what to do, how, in a long relationship, but I feel like you need to know
Yo, what's up,
more how to get into one first, right? Oh my god. This is gonna be Okay, you gotta pick. Do you want to do this, and I tell you if it's true or not, or do we want to do this so you step up your texting game? Yes, merch. I mean, the merch is the whole reason why you get a chick in the first place. Without his merch, there is no chance for you pathetic creatures to get women. I think you should know that. What the fuck is that, by the way? She doesn't want to love you, she wants to control you. Here's proof. Okay. He has a couple of... okay, you know what? We're gonna go through all of He has a couple of gems.
I have some unfortunate news for you today, and that is the tests never end. Yeah, you thought it was over, but no, it's just getting started. That's why in today's video, I'm gonna show you exactly how women secretly test men before the first date. Oh, you thought it was just on the date or after the date in relationships? Not the case whatsoever. It starts from the very beginning, and most guys fail these tests. But now, with this knowledge, you are not. So let's go ahead and get this video started. So I remember I was on FaceTime with this woman. We met on a dating app, and she seemed pretty interested. And so I just wanted to verify a few things, see her personality, kind of catch.
Not the fucking AI videos. Oh my goodness, he couldn't even get a real woman to pose for him like that. He had to go for a fucking AI woman. Wait, look at this. I'm just saying. He couldn't even get a real woman, man.
And so I just wanted to verify a few things, see her personality, kind of catch a vibe before.
I'm pretty sure you just failed. Yeah, literally. Everyone who watches Andrew Tate or people like that, they instantly fail with most women.
Time in her, and I remember we had a good conversation up until she asked me this question, and this question she asked me was pretty much whenever I asked her out. She said these few words, and that was, what did you have in mind? Now, that's the first test, guys. And that test is so simple and often so overlooked.
That's a test. I mean, it could be, but I don't think it's anything serious.
And here's exactly where it happens. It happens whenever you do the soft close. So for example, when I was on FaceTime with her, I said, hey, what's your schedule like next week? We should meet up and talk more soon, or we should get up and do something. Obviously, I'm trying to lead and plan the date. But this also happens through text. You can try to set up a date and they'll always ask this question, what did you have in mind? Now, most guys wouldn't even realize that this is a test, but the truth is, it is.
That's a
And
valid
what is
question.
the test? It's a test.
No. Insta. You forget that women only want to control you. It's the only reason why they exist. They want to control men. It's totally not projecting and it's the other way around. At least on his, point of view. So she's always just testing him. She doesn't actually want to be with him, she just wants to test him.
Of your leadership. And I'm gonna tell you how I failed this test when I was on FaceTime. I told her, I'm not sure, I can let you know through text, or I gotta figure something out. And the reason why I failed that test is because I wasn't really prepared for her to ask that question. I thought she would have asked, hey, I'm down, sure, just let me know. But she asked, what did I have in mind, putting me on the spot in that moment.
Meaning he's just dumb.
Now, like I said, if you don't have a plan or if you don't know—
Oh my god, I want to do something with her? How could I have ever thought that she wants to know what we're doing? Oh my god. Aiden, welcome. How could I have known that, maybe if I suggest that we could go swimming, she might need to prepare for that, or if I ask her if she wants to go out for a dinner, she must think if she has something nice to wear that she's feeling happy in. No, how could I possibly be prepared for that?
What to say, you will fail this test. Most guys will say, oh, we can do whatever you want, or I was hoping you would have an idea. I'm not sure, but I'll let you know. That's what I said. All this stuff is bad. It doesn't put you in the leadership position, and you're coming from the idea that, hey, I'm asking you out, but can you plan it for us? Women want a masculine man, a man who's actually going to take charge and lead.
I'm always so surprised to see how they can sit there and edit it this way without cringing away.
So here's what you're going to say in order to pass this test, whether it be on FaceTime, phone, or even through text. You're going to say, I know a cool area.
I have no idea. I didn't think I could get this far. See, honestly, that would be kind of cute. I think that would be very cute. I think it's so much better, like, realistically, if someone admits to that, then be like, well, like, I think it's fine if they ask me, well, is there anything you would like to do? And then if I say, no, it's okay, you can pick, that's not because I want to test you, that's just because I have no fucking clue myself.
Where we can relax and have a good conversation. This works because you're giving her now the idea of what you want to do. It's still a little bit vague, so you're not necessarily telling exactly where you're gonna go or exactly where it's gonna be at. You're just gonna let her know that you happen to know a cool area, and this area could be a lounge, a bar, ice cream spot, whatever your usual first date plan is. Now, sometimes this
your
test
usual
is to
first
pretty
date
much
plan,
ensure, based on whatever you're telling her, is essentially worth her time. So not always is this a leadership test. Sometimes women will ask this question just to see if they would want to go, or if the invitation is extravagant enough, or if the offer—
I mean, I agree that to a certain point it's interesting to see what the people suggest. So if someone, suggests bungee jumping versus, let's go have a dinner, it shows something about the person, but that's literally with every interaction you have socially. Quick, say something that isn't sex. Because of folks like this guy, the expectations are at a rock bottom. Actually,
is good enough for her to say yes to. And in this case, I say,
just literally, if men would start watching shows or movies or reading books that women enjoy, they would understand women. And these guys prove that they do not at all understand women.
hold true to your boundaries, hold true to what you usually do. And if for whatever reason, maybe you're talking to a really attractive woman and you kind of feel a sense of deviation from your usual plan, don't do so whatsoever. Stick to the plan of what you usually do and just let her know what exactly you plan to do. Now, the next test is one that happens far too often, and this more so goes into the switching of the masculine versus the
count
feminine.
up? What do you mean count up? What do you mean count up? Because of lowest. Oh yeah. I think the sexual market value definitely has dropped. I already stopped listening. Well, that's just leads to the point where it's you're just gonna get fucked over. So retaunting Adelaide, you heard it. Maybe don't. Maybe don't take into account. Maybe don't. Maybe don't include dark romance, okay? Unless it's a consensual, role play in the bedroom.
frame. And what happens is when you tell her the location,
Yes,
what she'll try to
Vlad,
do
that's what
is
I'm telling
change
you.
the location. So she might say something like, no, I actually don't like that place. How about other places?
However, on the other hand, I must admit, it's really, like, obviously, like, not, it's not like gonna be like, oh my god, he's playing Hello Kitty Island Adventures. But, on the other hand, it's very attractive if a guy shows interest in what you like, you know? So, like, if a guy would come up to me, not come up to me as a first thing, you know, but if we were talking, it was like, oh, I see you play Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Who's your favorite character? Oh, I see. What makes them your favorite character? Like, why are they? You know, true. GigaChat even watched, honestly, base as fuck. If they watched Wings Club or they know the intro, then base as fuck.
Instead, or do you like X? How about we go there? Now, I have personally experienced that this happens definitely more with masculine women. If a woman is feminine in your frame, highly attracted to you, it honestly doesn't matter where you go. She's gonna make the effort in order to meet you there. Doesn't matter if it's a drive, 30 minutes, an hour. I've had women drive hours to come see me. In fact, I've actually had women catch flights to see me. So for a woman to tell you, oh, that's too far of a drive, or she really isn't feeling that particular place, this is where, once again, you have to pass the test by keeping your frame and keeping her within your frame. So
games you can play together are the best. 100%.
Based on what she's saying, but instead you make maybe another suggestion. You don't have to be super strict with it. You don't have to be like, no, this place, or we're not going.
What do you mean, Predator?
No, you can make another suggestion. Maybe that falls in line
sure they have, buddy.
with something she offered.
Crisis. Let him live in his illusion. Let him be the Lulu. We are all the Lulu sometimes. And if he needs this to be able to, you know, go about his life, let him be happy in his own imaginary world. I'd fly to meet him too if he'd pay me money. Literally. Aiden, hello.
However, you don't want to fully comply and change the date location based on what she's saying, because now you've failed that test and now you're slowly falling into her frame.
Oh my god, what? She told you she doesn't like sushi and you say, well, okay, you know, let's go eat any other Asian food. She tells you, oh, I don't like Asian food. You say, well, but you know, I said we're gonna eat sushi, so I can only offer something else that's Asian, because otherwise he would be losing his point and standpoint as a man. We all just love to pump bubbles. I've seen better plot in hentai. Literally. I mean, I just had to come up with something, okay?
These are so subtle things that actually start in the beginning. Remember, how you start is how you finish. And so if you keep a woman within your
well, he's not gonna start, so he's not gonna finish. Is that what I'm getting at?
Frame, if you keep the leadership role, then more than likely it's going to continue throughout that phase, especially whenever you're out on the date. However, before, if you fall within her frame, go to her date location, now you'll start to notice subconscious cues of her starting to actually lead the date. Oh, how about we go here next? Oh, I also know this other place. Then you're going to ask yourself, what has happened?
Well, alternatively, that could just be a thing because, you know, a lot of people have proven their incompetence to plan anything. You know, that might also be a thing. Or maybe, just maybe, she has fun ideas that she wants to do and thinks it could be fun. You know, just maybe. Not everything is about power. Behave more like human beings with the complexity that entails less than trying to appear something, please. I have it. Yes, Pond. That's gonna stay a dream, unfortunately.
Now we did a date. Like, what's going on? So keep her within your frame.
This guy's proof that this might probably stay a dream.
By the way, if you're looking to improve your online dating skills, specifically in the text area, but not only that, improve yourself in a
oh my god, is he also offering classes?
Learn how to use my dating funnel texting strategy to actually set up more dates and have women message
oh my god, he's
first.
Selling.
They click the link down below. This will be your chance to work with me one-on-one to install my
oh my god. Digital Romeo blueprint! I am actually about to piss my pants. Is world domination about power? No, only for this dude. Date club. What has happened? She's actually paying attention, suggesting something she's interested in a world sojourner, I swear. Okay, bye-bye!
Romeo blueprint into your current online dating process.
Oh
and
my
I can guarantee you, not only will you get more results in the form of more matches, more dates, but it will be women who you're actually attracted to. So I'm gonna leave a link down below this video. Hope to talk to you soon. Now, test number...
I would love to make if I had the time for it. I would also have to fake a Tinder account, like to like be in the US because this is more like US men behavior actually. But I would think it's so funny if I was like creating a fake profile, right? And then like actually targeting these men to really test their dating skills just to prove to them that, you know, maybe, just maybe what they're saying does not work. He's giving, yeah, I know, I'm sorry, I just, you know, I'm just a stupid woman. I'm just a stupid woman, I don't, I'm sorry.
Number 3, and God, I hate this one. I really do. And that is from the fact that she will leave you on red after the hard close. Now, at the beginning, we talked about the soft close. Soft close is when you just make a subtle invitation. Hey, we should meet up and talk more soon. Hey, what's your schedule like? You know, we should meet up and move this conversation in person. A hard close is after she has agreed to the soft close. So maybe she has asked, what do you have in mind? You tell her, she then agrees, and then you send a specific time and date. But after that, she just leaves you on red. How many times has that happened to you? Where
What?
everything was going well, she seemed pretty high interest, but you set the date, and now she just goes ghost. You might feel a little nervous, you might not know what to do, but I can tell you what not to do, and that is do not follow up. Why? Because this is now a test of your eagerness and neediness. I'm telling you, some women do these tests unconsciously. They don't even realize that they're testing you in the moment.
He was right with the first part. Eagerness. He's outing himself, he is. With the sentence, how often has this happened to you?
And who knows what might be going on. She might be texting her friends. She might be trying to organize something with another guy who she might have to rearrange a schedule for. But I can assure you, if you follow up in a few hours or after a day with a question mark or trying to start a new conversation, then you are in fact failing the test and putting yourself in the weaker position. Do not do it whatsoever.
Oh my god. He literally said she might be busy. And, you know, maybe, just maybe she forgot. But he also mentioned the word eagerness. He also mentioned neediness, but that's stupid. But, like, how does he literally talk about this and then, like, proves his own point wrong? How often do you ghost people? I ghost people a lot, but that's not because I want to. It's because I either do not have the social battery or because I tend to forget. But I'm not doing song requests, thank you.
And this will happen a lot. A lot. You can bet every dollar I have that this will happen at least once a month if you're talking to a high volume of women, especially on online dating. It's just the way it is. But not even online dating. You can meet a woman in any
high
context.
volume of women.
Eventually, you're gonna have to start texting her.
That's a nice way to put it.
This happens time and time again. In fact, I was working with a client and
isn't the worst when women actually have their own life? See, that decreases their SMV. Because women are not supposed to have a life. They are supposed to worship men.
This exact situation happened to him, and he showed me it. But here's what happened. It's not that he followed up. It's that she started texting him back maybe like a week later with a whole different conversation. She like wished him Merry Christmas or Happy New Year, something like that. But the previous text was him asking her out, and she just left him on red. But his mistake is that he replied to the Merry Christmas text or the Happy Holidays text. No. You're either going to ignore her or just like the message. Simple as that.
Literally, I try to understand. I really try to understand the point he's making, okay? And I'm failing miserably. Are 3 big tall women a higher volume than 5 short? Bro definitely gets ghosted every week, yeah. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they find his channel and like, oh, never mind.
Because at this point in time, she's just using you for attention. That's all she wants, and clearly she doesn't have the interest.
I mean, I do agree, and that is something I confidently can agree on, or confess, that sometimes women, especially when they are on dating platforms, they will just talk to people because they are bored. Okay? I'll admit that. Sometimes we just talk to people in general because we are bored. Um, However, we usually choose to talk to people that are either nice and we actually want to have a conversation with them and get to know them more, or we talk to people like him that are just amusing us of their fucking stupidity and we just laugh about it. We're just gonna be sitting there in our sweatpants, eating chips, crumbs everywhere, and laughing our ass off because this motherfucker thinks he's literally owning the world. And because of that, we replied, we play our little game because we actually make fun of people like him. Most women. Not all women, but most women. So that's when we get bored. We invest the time in these people, but not because we want to fuck them, more because we think their fucking mindset is adorable and absolutely dumb.
or availability
Shut
in
up,
order to
channel,
see
because
you for whatever
I
reason
swear.
that she's not explaining. Point is, that's not our problem. Now, not only that, you might notice that a woman was
Like, number one conversation killer if they like to rotate or talk about anything and rotate. Like, okay.
still continue to follow you on Instagram or like your stories, like your pictures, but she still left you on red whenever you asked her out. Once again, not our problem. And I would say if there's a long time window of her maybe not hitting you back up, then simply unfollow her, unfriend her, and just move on. Like I said, if you pass these 3 tests in this video, I promise you, you're gonna set yourself up.
I mean, yeah, move away from people that don't want to meet you and, don't want to get to know you. That's fine. But don't make it seem like you are fucking God's child. She outing herself of bullying people like him. I have to. Because the amount of harassment and partially abuse coming from these men. I've dated, like, not as in like being in a relationship, but like going out on dates with, dated guys like him. And the amount of sheer audacity these men have, the amount of harassment you have to go through, and the amount of bullshittery you have to endure and like just live through is absolutely insane. And it's just fucking dumb. It's just absolutely dumb. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I can just imagine she in a circle of friends showing a text. Literally, yes.
Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one, I'm gonna leave a link down below, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.
Endure? Did you mean endure? I mean endure, yeah. I mean endure. Fuck it, it's early, okay? Okay, wait. He had another one. Because
so in this video,
he's been talking about texting, so he must be a really good texter, right?
I want to tell you,
yes, it's early. Shut up.
texting mistakes that is killing attraction
Shut
almost instantly. Guys, you need to realize that you're gonna have something called perceived value after you meet a woman, whether it be on dating apps.
Oh wait, PV is something else than SMV. Good to know.
Or on Instagram, or even after you get a number.
Any video by him is terrible because his entire fucking mindset is just dumb as fuck. Also, look again. AI videos, AI images, because he's dumb and he doesn't get an actual bitch to take pictures with. He's lonely. He's lonely. He's single himself. Clearly his shit doesn't work. Girl, it's almost shut the fuck up. You know what? Because you were mean to me, I'm gonna go get more coffee. Kiss my ass and enjoy his fucking AI image. where's the puppy? But she's actually lying in the bedroom. She's hardly ever lying there. I was like, huh? Yeah, we need to have his stats, you know? And then we actually need to put those in dating profiles, like our SMV equals PV equals. Someone needs to tell this dude about anime. He has some issues to work through. I feel like he's gonna be the type of person that's gonna be like, oh my god, that's so... People who watch hentai are just desperate, they don't have a life, and meanwhile he's watching porn. Have you ever listened to Assassin's Creed? Do you mean like the soundtrack? I like that kind of soundtrack in general.
After you have cold approached her. If you lower that perceived value, it doesn't matter how handsome or attractive she thinks you are, she will inevitably end up flaking on that date or viewing you as this beta male, simp boy, weak man.
Oh my god! Chad! Worst thing! She sees me as a beta male. Oh my god!
And who she actually wants nothing to do with, alright? And you know, oddly enough, I work with quite a few handsome guys in my coaching program, and a lot of them still make this mistake, alright? So let's go through it right now. Take your notes, subscribe, let's get into it. Alright, the first mistake is asking too many questions in a row. Specifically, asking more than 3 questions in a row.
Okay, why so specific, mother? Where's you gonna release this kind of video? Do you want... Okay, real talk. Do you want actual dating advice from a woman? Because I feel like dating advice from a woman is the only advice men should take. Like, literally. I'm sorry, but taking advice from a man is like... If a woman was making a video about how, like, best jerk-off techniques, for example, or how to deal with morning wood or pre-cum or whatever, that's a video that should be coming from a man because they, you know, usually know that better. Hey, I give great advice. Honestly, Crisis, for someone as maidenless as you, yeah, you do, but that's because you genuinely understand women and you know, are pretty empathetic. If you're into men. Well, if you're into men, you only should take advice from gay men. And not from Alpha Sigma Tate fans. But the question is, do you want me to make satire videos, or would you actually want to have, like, actual dating tips? Because I can guarantee you, the dating tips a woman gives you, especially the type of woman you want to attract, because let's be real, we're all fucking nerds, we're all fucking weebs. We usually tend to attract each other, okay? So I'm not here to attract, like, I cannot tell you how you get a sugar baby gold digging bitch that's only into Louis Vuitton and wants a sugar daddy, okay? I'm sorry, I'm the wrong person for that. Then actually you might want to watch his videos. If you want a real connection and real people and, you know, someone who's maybe a little nerdy or something, I think you will always get 180-degree different answers than from these type of guys.
Now, a lot of guys feel like they need to do this because the woman isn't giving a lot to work with. Maybe that's you trying to lead and stir the conversation.
What if I want to be the sugar baby though? Listen.
Input. However, the reason why this is so unattractive is because it comes off like an interviewer. You're coming off like you have nothing to say. And whenever a woman reads these questions, all she is thinking to herself, wow, this guy actually is quite boring. This, you know, is not interesting whatsoever.
What? He wants to know something about me? Oh, boring. Dungeon welcome.
And so there are actually a few
The Princess and the Frog is demonical? Huh?
practical ways to fix this. And keep in mind, this doesn't only happen through text, but this happens a lot on dates in itself.
Are we talking about the Disney movie?
Texting format, do realize that you can actually apply these things to in real life too. So my first framework that I love to follow that helps me out a lot is 2 questions, 1 statement. Why? Because this helps us actually get more investment from her. The reason why you keep asking questions probably is because she simply isn't investing in the conversation, which in itself is a deeper rooted problem, probably a lack of attraction, or let's be real, a lot of women just are horrible texters, they're horrible communicators when it comes to text. And so this strategy
I'm sorry, but isn't the entire public argument that men are bad at texting because women type a lot and then men come back with a one-word answer? Can we cancel this guy yet? This is the princess and the frog. What do you mean? Oh, I heard too many questions about though. Like a general conversation. See, the thing is, don't rapid fire. Like, that's the thing. Don't rapid fire the questions. Have a conversation. Ask a question. Wait for her reply. Answer or question on her reply. Like, don't ask like, oh, what's your favorite anime? She's gonna reply, I don't fucking know, Hunter x Hunter. I'm like, oh, cool. Also, like, your favorite book genre? Okay, she's gonna reply. Okay, nice. What do you think about Star Wars? Yeah, okay. By the way, what's your favorite like, don't just fucking question. Go question, answer, reply to answer, or question onto the answer if you have further questions. Make it a natural conversation.
strategy allows you to get more investment from her. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna ask a question, she's gonna reply, you're gonna give your statement back, ask a question, and then after she answers that question, you're simply just gonna leave with a statement. That's it. You're not gonna ask a question back. This is super important because now it gives her a chance to ask you a question. And this is especially important for women who never ask questions in conversations. Because if we think about the context of a conversation in itself, what is it? It's a series of questions and statements. That's it. The person who is simply asking the questions is leading the conversation. And the person who is answering, if they're
oh my god, he's read a textbook, guys. News.
Just giving statements, they feel like they're being interviewed. So what this does is allow her to actually ask you a question back, but also test her interest. Because if this woman actually isn't attracted to you, or if she actually isn't invested in the conversation in itself and is just messaging you for free attention, we're now throwing a test at her to see if she can ask a question back. And guess what? If she ends up not replying or she just gives a statement back, that will tell you everything you need to know. Now, I'm gonna tell you a little trick here as a bonus. When it comes to asking questions, oh my god, it's generous. You don't want to use punctuation. You can use punctuation actually for maybe.
Okay, I never use. That's actual truth. Never use punctuation.
The first question or second question. But if you feel like you're asking too many questions in a row, just remove the punctuation. So just never use. Well, use commas maybe, but like don't use like. Never put a period at the very end. Remove the question mark. Just don't use it. And because
wait, remove the question mark? No, what the fuck? I take back what I said. He's talking bullshit.
This is text. The way she reads it, she will still be able to identify that this is a question, but it won't come off like it's multiple questions back to back. It's a little psychology hack that I like to use occasionally when needed. So just add that in your toolbox. Now, the next texting mistake is simply mindless conversation.
Women don't want to talk to me, so I need to manipulate them using psychology tricks. I understand, bro. I understand.
With no purpose. You guys got to realize, especially if you have not met this woman yet, the only purpose of the conversation should be setting up the date, leading towards the date.
What? You don't want to get to know someone beforehand? Wow.
Logistical stuff, trying to figure out her schedule, trying to see when she's available, or even just building rapport. And that only happens at the beginning.
Fun fact, I can tell you one thing a lot of guys fuck up. Most women like to get to know someone through text before meeting up. Because, ding 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 ding, meeting up with a random stranger from the internet usually is a pretty big risk, especially for women. So, if you are not giving anything about yourself, about your personal self, might be a red flag to her, so maybe that's why she's ghosting you. Just stalk her, not. I mean, it's actually pretty nice to have someone show interest, like genuine interest in you. But if the only purpose this guy is talking to me is trying to meet me, not telling me anything about himself, not really seeming interested in getting to know me, only wanting to meet me, I'm going to assume the worst. I'm going to assume he only wants to fuck. Because that's what experience has proven. If that is already the best worst case scenario, because obviously, there's other worst case scenarios that don't end well for at least one part. Such an interesting topic. I mean, if you really want to, we could actually have proper dating advice, which I want to say this with caution because everyone is different. So just because I'm telling you this and this and this tends to work doesn't mean that with that specific woman or that specific person, I don't even want to say woman, but that specific person that you're trying to, date, it's gonna work, because everyone is individual and a lot of these men tend to forget that in their videos. But what I think I can do is at least give you general dating advice that's not going to send you into the outs right away, because all of the bullshit he's saying is going to send you into the outs pretty quickly.
Beginning stages. However, after all that, if you're just...
That is that you want to date an actual, real person who's not interested about your dick or your money.
Texting her as a check-in, having mindless conversation throughout the day, especially what are you doing, or what are you up to, or what are you doing tonight, but you're not trying to make plans on the back end of that, that positions you as low value, because why are you even curious about what she's doing? Why are you not texting her with intention and purpose? Do you have nothing else going on in your life? Do you not have other women you could potentially see or meet up with? Are you so interested in me that you're just curious about what I got going on in my day?
Okay. Okay, I have a serious question for this man. Is he trying to sell his viewers that women like not to be first choice? Is he trying to tell us as the viewer that women want the man to date other women? Do you not have no other? Yeah, like, huh? Did I miss something here? Women aren't a single collective hive mind. I know, shocking, right?
No. Have intention with your text conversation always. Even if you're not necessarily setting up the date yet, let's say you've seen her a few times, you still don't want to text mindlessly. Now, the caveat to this is if...
Mind you, the mindlessly he's talking about equals showing interest. You don't want to show interest because you only want to meet up with them. The only interest you show is when you actually see them. And even then, you only show as much interest as a man should, because a man could always leave. It's usually some women want guy to be taken or have relationship history. It's pretty mess. I mean, I'm not saying that there isn't any bad apples out there. If that's what you're going for, well, congratulations. That is what I would consider a low value person. I don't think a lot of value should be put onto people because everyone has, pretty much the same value. The only time I think a person dating wise loses value is if they either are, disloyal and like cheat, or if they like people who cheat, like the mindset of cheating. Because that's just going against everything I personally believe in, but that might be different. But it's just low PV or SMV, both. Can there be too much interest? Yes. But only if it is one-sided. I think in the end it really comes down to matching energy, right? So if both people are head over heels with each other, constantly talk and think about one another, stalk each other's social media profile every day, that's considerably not necessarily healthy, but if it works for them, it works for them, and no one else should judge them. However, if, it's unbalanced and only one person is really head over heels with the other and the other person doesn't give a shit, someone's gonna get hurt. And someone's gonna get annoyed. So, it's always coming down to the individual dynamic, but there is things you can generally say for the the big mass, the general public, the general dating life. And it's usually the opposite of what these guys tell you.
She texts you mindlessly. That's fine. You can text back. I still suggest that you take your time with it. But if you're the one who's always checking in,
Mind you, these guys are very good manipulators. So try to put yourself into the perspective of someone who's just very lonely, okay? And that is not a judging way to say it, because people tend to be lonely, and if you are not well with socializing, then I understand that, you know, getting to know people can be very hard. And people who have that problem tend to, not all of them, I'm trying to choose my words very carefully here, but tend to have a low self-esteem. And if then, like, you know, a rather handsome guy who's, you know, looking built and stuff, and, like, you know, he's looking wealthy and whatever, tells you to, like, oh, this is how you can be like me. This is how you can be cool. This is how you get bitches. If he's telling you that and promising you that and telling you, oh, if you take my class, if you watch my videos, you're gonna have success. And then these people do that, but number one, they actually still, like, never come out and they don't improve their social skills. Well, hi. Nor do they, well, nor do the things they say actually work. But these people will always find a reason as to why it wasn't their tips that made them fumble, but they're, like, you know, they were, oh, but maybe you said this, maybe you said, oh, let me look at the chat, yeah, you see here, that's not quite as good, you could have, that's probably where you fumbled. Like, there's so many variables to anything in life that if you really wanted to, you would always find an excuse as to why whatever you said wasn't the problem. And that's why they're that's why their classes still sail, even though they fail, you know. And they will find a way to be like, oh, but look, in this conversation, you've gotten a little further than the last time. Remember, you know, it couldn't possibly be that other circumstances would have influenced this. This is only because you followed through with the plan that you've learned in my class. You should definitely continue because we are on a good track for you. The shit works, unfortunately. Because if people are, and I don't want to say weak-minded, but if they are vulnerable, and everything that has to do with the heart makes you vulnerable, because that's what emotions are, okay? And a feeling of, like, everyone, like, humans, and I speak for the collective, they are meant to not be alone, because, you know, they're trying to, you know, make babies and shit. That's, you know, nature. So the feeling of being and feeling alone for most people is a negative feeling, and that can wear you off. And these people really target this, and that's the same. How do I say this? Because I don't want to judge people, because I know some people just need to do things to get by. But in the sex work industry, okay, it's the same thing that, and there it is mostly women, they use that exact loneliness as a weapon. They try to, and mind you, I'm a sex worker myself, okay? But I view that strategy and business tactic as very harmful, because they are trying to harvest from the hope of having something with their fans, you know? Those are the type of people who do not openly say if they're in a relationship, because they like to fulfill the fantasy of, you know, the viewer interacting with them in that kind of regard, possibly dating them one day. And it happens, on a very rare occasion, that could be a thing that's happened. I've met creators that met their husbands that way. It very rarely happens. Plus, it is just very sad, because on the other hand side, a lot of people will leave if they don't think they have a chance. So there's a very big parasocial value to it. And that's very sad to see, but both sides, so, like, this dude and, you know, some sex workers, they really use that point of loneliness. And I think that's stupid to say, but I think that is the reason why I don't make big bank, is because I'm not cruel enough. I care for people too much, and I feel too bad to do certain things because I have way too much empathy. I know how it feels to be in that situation. I've been on that end, and I've been on the abused end quite a lot. So I don't want anyone else to feel that way, which is why I like transparency, why I like to be open about things, and why I try to declutter this bullshit that is like roaming the internet. Because I'm sorry, but whoever actually believes in this is I just pity them. I hate the creators. Maybe hate is a strong word, but I find the creators who put this type of content out disgusting, and I pity the people who actually consume it in hopes that it's gonna work. The girlfriend experience is also a thing that sell. I guess what you're talking about is a part of it. Well, I do, like, for example, I also sell girlfriend experience, right? Like, I also have that as a thing over on my other side, but I make it very clear that it's an experience, right? This is a role play, this is a fantasy. While I am very open about being in a relationship, also, I am also very open about, being single when I am. But I just think that transparency should be there, and while, for example, with some of my mods, for example, I actually, started to form a friendship and something, that shouldn't be something that should just be expected when you join a community. You shouldn't join a community because you think you can be best buddies with the creator. Not even as a creator, like, it's just joining something for the wrong reasons. But not just are the creators at fault who do pretend, and who do leave open that hope for parasocial room, but it is actually proven, and numbers and statistics show that in most cases, people who are open about being in a relationship and crushing that fantasy tend to do worse, because a lot of people build up on that. Like, I've had people that I know being charged back for gifted subs and shit because the people found out that they were in a relationship and charged back the money they gave them. And that's something, as a creator, like, I don't want you to support me because you want to get into my pants. I want you to support me because you genuinely enjoy the content I make, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to entertain you, not to suck your cock. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm here to entertain you and keep your mind off of things, make you laugh. I'm unsubbing. 34 months wasted. And that's just the sad end on both parts, and
her trying to
it's
figure
frustrating.
Out what she's up to, just
for
kind of
both
bored throughout
parties.
the day. Don't do that. Also, mistake number 3, and this kind of ties into the second one, is from the fact that you're
Ghosting as we speak is a wild thing to say. What crazy person charges back gift subs? A lot of people do. A lot of people do, because a lot of people just do this as a form of getting someone's attention, and I think that's very sad, because supporting a creator shouldn't be a thing about attention. It should be about connection and support. Because that's what a lot of people don't think. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, why? Like, I've talked to a lot of people who are on the mindset as to, oh, why should I pay a creator? Why should I sub? Or, like, I don't think anyone should sub. I don't think they have. I don't say anyone has to sub. Okay, if you cannot financially afford to support a creator, that is fine. Okay, but going onto the free content spree of like, I don't see why I should sub them. Like, I would much rather, why would I sub them? What do they do? I'm like, well, you watch TV maybe? You watch Netflix maybe? That's the service you usually pay monthly for. What do they offer you? Entertainment. What do you come here? You chat with people, you interact, you are being entertained. But you can do that you can do that on a free way. And that is fine. But that doesn't mean that anyone who's supporting these people immediately becomes a simp and just wants to fuck them. You know what I mean? Like, they're technically just paying for the service of entertainment, pretty much. And that is neither bad nor good. It is support for the creator, and the creator is thankful for it. Because every creator putting content out there, not getting paid, is basically putting out free work. Working for free, pretty much. Speaking of which, I just recalled boyfriend plays Monster Hunter, right? Yes. And even he, like, when I did the poll yesterday on Twitter of like what game we should start. Number 1, what the fuck? Why is Monster Hunter Wild $70? I should have checked that before making that poll. I don't have $70 for a game. I didn't even have $40 for Hello Kitty. I got that gifted. But when I said that, he's like, yes, but you realize if you start playing Monster Hunter, you better put in 400 hours. I'm like, are you fucking forcing me to play? Yes, I am. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, if you play this, you have to put in 400 hours minimum. I'm like, is this where you basically tell me what to do in a non-sexual way? So, I can't even play Wells because game is too strong for me. I didn't even test that. By the way. But yeah, there might be a way of like, you know, doing a multiplayer in that regard. But no life that shit. Back to getting bitches, chat.
Initiator. If you guys don't talk, she ain't hitting you up. If you don't text her first, you guys won't speak. How many times have you been in a situation like that? Once again, this lowers your perceived value. And in some cases, you'll have to bite the bullet. Because Austin, if I don't text her, we actually won't talk. So be it. Fine, is what it is. Now, I think this is more important once you have actually met her a handful of times. If she's in a state where she can absolutely never initiate conversation, then cut your losses, is what it is. Because the fact that, assuming you already had sex with her, assuming that you've taken her out,
that is obviously, you know, a big thing. Assuming that you had sex with her, that's when you cut the losses. Anyone else, you should dump her, because if she doesn't have sex with you yet, then, you know, she's not of value, I guess.
Multiple dates and showed her a good time. And I still have to...
So, Monster Hunter World game night with boyfriend when? Do you want to rizz up my boyfriend? Everyone wants to rizz up my boyfriend! God fucking damn it! Everyone just wants to rizz up my boyfriend, man. I'm gonna become single quicker than I can think. Man, am I glad that you know, he's into women and specifically me.
Chase you. I still have to pursue you just for some conversation to set up the other one. That shows me that you didn't appreciate what we've done so far, and or you just simply don't like me. As simple as that. Never consistently be the initiator. Once again, more important after you have seen her a handful of times, I would say at least minimum 3 times. If she cannot initiate a good morning or ask you what are you up to for the day, or send you a story, or send you something on TikTok, wherever it may be, try to initiate some conversation with you, that in itself is a red flag. And that's why some guys say I'm crazy for it, but after the first date, if she does not initiate contact, I am not seeing her again. And I made that discovery a while ago because I realized all the women who I actually liked and I kept in my life, almost always they hit me up after the first date. Hey, I had a great time. Next day, hey, good morning. I had a great time last night. You know, we should see each other again, whatever it may be. Now, mistake number 4.
His use of AI pictures is so pathetic and sad.
Take a look at how big her paragraph texts are, or how big her texts are, versus how big yours are. And we might notice something here that you probably weren't realizing. And that is from the fact that you are over-investing and over-explaining. What do I mean by this? She's giving you statements that are very short. She's getting to the point. You're giving a lot of context, a lot of descriptions,
Chad, I actually think he might be gay. I actually think he's talking to men because that's usually the other way around. He might be a little too much in his feminine energy is what I'm saying.
A lot of
to reverse the stereotype, I swear.
To explain your point, and once again, lowers your perceived value because you're now over investing than her.
I mean, if you want to talk feminine, masculine energy, it is true that in the past decade or two, there has been like a switch where men become more feminine and women become more, you know, masculine in that way. If you want to, you know, stay on those type of stereotypes. However, I can tell you that this is not the way to go about it.
These are so subconscious and nuanced things that most guys don't even realize, but from a psychological standpoint,
psychological standpoint,
you know, if her texts are like this every time and you're sending blocks of texts, who's more invested in whom? Who is more interested in whom? It's simply shown
the real size
through
that
the
matters.
characters and what you're typing. So a solution here is to simply do not respond to everything she has mentioned. So I was working with the guy a few weeks ago, and I was checking his texts. We were working one-on-one, and what I realized is that he was over investing because whatever question she asked, he was
And there he's just sitting talking to himself. He's calling himself out. Look at this.
And I was checking his
That's a
texts.
different
We were
dude.
working
That's a
one-on-one,
different dude.
and what I realized is that he was over investing because whatever
And now he's just talking to
question she
himself.
asked,
I can't make this shit up. He literally keeps talking. He literally keeps fucking taking himself out for us.
he was replying to every single one with a lot of context. And what I told him is, listen, when it comes to text, especially with women, you do not have to reply to everything. Maybe make a statement towards one of her questions, but reply to the main idea or thing you want to have the conversation about and ignore everything else. Ignore it. And once he did,
Yeah, unattractive, period. I hate it. Like, men tend to do that in general, okay? Which is not bad per se, but women usually tend to hate it. That they ask something more, and they give you, you know, a couple of things to answer in one thing, and then you just respond to one. And we're like, did you pay attention? There was like 2 different questions in this, and you only replied to one. He loves himself a lot too much, I think. Literally.
did that, he realized that, wow, through this
Incredible self-report,
simple strategy,
yes.
I can actually stop over-investing, and it actually works. Also, you just have to learn how to say more with less. I guarantee you, there is a way to right now, you can say exactly what you want to say in probably less than 15 words or in one sentence. For you guys who probably haven't, you know, practiced this or even studied this to any degree, you might find yourself like, you know, paragraphs and sentences. The truth is, you can say what you're saying now in a few short amount of words. And use artificial intelligence if you have to, if you need to.
Use AI to talk to women. Yeah, good job. Good job.
Learn and train this idea into yourself. But before you press send, ask yourself.
Sometimes you guys be asking all the questions I don't have. Then admit nothing. Listen, nothing, or like, well, there's some. Hardly anything is more attractive than if someone is able to admit that they're wrong or like that they don't know something. If I'm asking questions and the person that I'm talking to actually says, sorry, I don't know how to answer that. Oh, sorry, can I rephrase it? I'm like, oh, no. Okay, sorry. That's fine. That keeps the conversation going. If, on the other hand, that person just ignores what I'm saying, I feel like they are not interested. Bro, outsourcing is flirting to AI. Yes, probably uses Riz AI or something.
Is there a way that
Nom.
I can say this in less words? Am I responding to every question with a lot of...
My guy, that's what I'm using for my school theses. If I have school papers to hand in, and the fucking page limit is 5 pages, then I am at 6 pages, that's where I'm using AI. I'd be like, can you help me shorten this shit and keep the most important thing in there? You don't use that for fucking flirting text, bro.
context, or can I shorten this down? Actually pay attention. So at number 5, we have overly expressive. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because this has been beaten to death, and hopefully you guys should know by now, you should not be super expressive. When I say expressive, I'm talking about the use of emojis, a lot of punctuation, especially exclamation points, showing too much excitement and overall enthusiasm. You might think, I need to...
What? You guys show a person that you like them? That's insane. That's insane. I think I thought I should play the role of, you know, I just got dumped by my ex and you are my ex. Hide your emotions. Yeah, for Bittermat, you know, it couldn't be nothing could be more unattractive than a man showing emotions. Ew. Hashtag sarcasm, please. Please, I hope everyone in my community knows that this is sarcasm and none of you are stupid enough to think that I'm actually meaning this shit.
To show how interested I am, I need to make sure my texts don't come off dry.
If a man can cry when watching an anime, great. If my man don't cry while watching the end of Assassination Classroom, get the fuck out. Well, unless he's, you know, unless he doesn't have empathy and literally can't cry because of it, that's a different story.
Why? No. Though she might like it in the moment, and she might.
Hey ChatGPT, how do I avoid making mistakes that make me less of an alpha when talking to... We're doing this. We're doing this. Give me a second. We're doing this. Where is it? Huh? Wait. We're doing this. I'm taking that question. I'm taking that exact question. Copy paste. If you want to come across as more confident and alpha when talking to women, it's all about mindset, communication style, and self-awareness. Here are some key points to avoid common mistakes. Number 1, stop seeking validation. A lot of guys make this mistake of trying too hard to impress. Confidence comes from being secure in yourself, not from getting a ChatGPT immediate calling that guy out! Don't over-explain or apologize too much. Own what you say. That is true. It comes up to the point of, you know, when that's the point. Own what you say is like when you say something, own up to it. Which that also means, you know, like when you fumbled and fucked up, say it. Like okay, this is a little tricky because I would read this as own up to what you say. But you could also read it as, oh, that's where your dad never loved you. Well, actually, my dad died when I was 6. Well, yeah, he didn't love you. You could also read it as that, and I think that would get you fumbled pretty quickly. Don't try too hard to dominate. Being alpha doesn't mean acting aggressive or cocky. It's about controlled confidence. Listen just as much as you talk. True dominance is in composure of presence, not volume. Speak it louder for... What's his name? What was his name? What is your name, sir? What is your name? You are literally so unimportant. You are only a fame for content. Austin. Say it louder for Austin, please. Avoid overcompensation. Say it louder for Austin. Try too hard to be funny. Flex wealth. Flex wealth. Thinking back to when he showed off his Louis Vuitton shopping bags. Can make you seem insecure. I love how ChatGPT absolutely humbles that guy. Don't apologize unnecessarily. Thank excessively. Yes, thank you for existing, woman. Stop being too available. If you drop everything from it instantly, it can come off as desperate. Have your own life. That's the thing. Have your own life and priorities. Yes. Have a life, because not having a life, low-key, is unattractive. But it's about a balance, you know? Let's say, and I say that specifically because these dynamics exist, even if these people probably don't want to, you know, think about it. Let's say you are divorced, right? And you have a child. And it's your daughter's ballet thing in school, right? Maybe don't ditch that for a date with a woman. The woman would be happy that you made time for her, but as soon as she finds out that you ditched your daughter's ballet show for her, she's gonna be pissed that you are a horrible father and you should have put your child first. You know, that's where, like, in that moment, she would probably think that's very unattractive because you've let a clearly bigger priority down. And the thing is, a lot of men don't think that women have that kind of empathy. No, we do! Just the case is most men don't. It's blatantly based on... Of course it is. ChatGPT isn't a fucking relationship counselor. I just think it's so funny that he's calling him out. Cut out weak body language. Slouching, avoiding eye contact, fidgeting. Oh my god, don't have ADHD or be autistic or in any other way neurodivergent. Don't be a nice guy in a weak way. What? There's a difference between being kind and being a pushover. That is true, though. Okay, bye. Yeah, sorry. I might actually have to break up with my boyfriend, or he has to break up with me. No, this is about men. I can be fidgeting. Set boundaries. If you don't like something, speak up. That is very important. Set boundaries, and that goes for both people. Set and respect boundaries. It will happen a lot, especially in the beginning, that boundaries might be crossed. That is fine. You just have to stay with them and set them and remember the other person. You know, hey, this is a boundary that was broken. We need to talk about it. Stay unreactive to tests. Some women will playfully test your confidence, teasing or lightly challenge you. Brett, don't get defensive, laugh it off, or playfully push back. That is true. That is true. That is true. As a brat, I agree. Just stop being autistic, shaking my head. I mean, yeah. Don't be afraid of silence. A confident man is comfortable with pause in conversation. Yes. Nervous guys fill every gap with unnecessary let her come to you. Well, I'm just yapping, man. I'm just yapping. I need someone to break my yapping is the problem. Because I will be the one filling the silence. I will be the one filling the silence, so lightly challenge you. You be challenging about shut up. I'm a brat, okay? I need to push people to their edges. Quite literally. Light as a grand piano. Wow. Now I be getting bullied. I don't remember a long time when she has been silent. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm a fucking content creator. That's what I do. I do this because I like yapping with you, okay? I also have to keep an eye on the time. I've not been getting far with getting ready, I must admit. And I actually have to leave in... Well, I have to leave in an hour. Well, one hour and 30 minutes. But I also do have to make my hair. So... I got my foundation down. That's it. That's what I got. And my eyebrows done. Some contouring done. That's it. Because I've been yapping so much. Don't be overly direct with intentions. If you want to flirt, don't just say I like you. Show it with supple teasing, eye contact, and like... Well, if you want to flirt, yes, but I like you isn't flirting. I like you is confessing attraction. The mystery keeps things interesting. No, that's what we call a situationship. If you like someone, tell them you like him. Because situationships are shit and we left them in 2024. Thank you. You're not a Brett, you're the Brett. Thank you. I take that as a compliment. So boyfriend don't get to do combing. Maybe he will, but maybe I will do. Because I actually like braiding his hair. He has such nice hair. Holy shit. I like braiding his hair. Anyway, last one. Never chase too hard. If she's not showing equal interest, don't keep trying to win her over. That is true, but that goes for anyone in any type of relationship. Same with friends, same with work relations. If you're always available, you lower your own. Okay, that last one is bullshit. But ChatGPT humbled that dude. Just saying.
Feel more of a connection. It also comes with a loss of respect and the ability to then disrespect you because of that loss of respect, but also your interest levels are clearly shown. They're revealed. And in some cases, that will subconsciously make her lose attraction and interest. So the easiest...
That is what men do. I'm just saying that's what men do. Men project with that. Because there's a difference in showing that you like someone and them losing interest. Usually not because, you know, you've shown interest. There is usually a lot of other reasons as to why that's a thing. Unless they weren't interested in the first place, but that's a whole different story. Because that just means, oh shit, he likes me. I didn't want this to be this way. I don't want to hurt this person. Which in that case, even that is shitty because you should have been clear about your intentions in the first place. That goes for both sides. But he's very, very much compensating here because, yeah. All the entire time. Listen, you don't need to listen to him. You just need to laugh about him. Get over the guy outsourcing his riz. I mean, yeah. I'm gonna start taking relationship advice from a robot. Am I that fucked? Yep.
way to fix this is to simply be less expressive. Only use a handful of them.
Can one of the mods make a poll if there is any mods in chat right now? I would actually like to have a poll if you want serious relationship advice. Like from a woman that not only has been dating a long time. Wow, that either makes me feel very old or just like a hoe, but that's fine. I can be a hoe online. No, but like from someone who actually has a lot of experience with a lot of different people as well. Like a variety of different personalities and like you could say stereotypes. But also just from someone who really tries to view both sides and actually has an understanding of the other side.
And I always say just use the flirting emojis. So you can use the smiley face, the old school smiley face, dot dot smiley. You can use the winky one, or you can use the smirk emoji.
That is the worst. Period. The worst advice you could give.
That's about it. Anything else, just simply avoid it. And once you make that, use the smiley face, the old school smiley face, dot dot smiley. You can use the winky one, or you can use the smirk emoji.
These are the worst emotes you could pick. I want dating tips from Chi on how to pull people like her boyfriend. Wow. He's gonna claim he pulled me. That's all I'm saying. Can't Toro! Quiet! He's gonna be out there claiming that he pulled me and this was all his hard work and, yeah. So maybe you should have dating advice from him. However, he's an autistic boy who just got me by luck. No, that's mean to say. I had to yell at the dog real quick. Which emote has the most Riz? I don't know. I mean, the most Riz is the smirk face, but in combination with the other two, it just seems really yucky. Listen, the Tism Riz is real. Especially for neurodivergent people, the Tism Riz is real. I'm not even joking. I mean, he's just a goofy ass boy, okay? He also undoubtedly has the very big benefit of looking hot as fuck and being 10 out of 10 my type, specifically. So, he's got everything going for him, okay? The only thing we need to work on is, being more sensitive sometimes. I have big tism. I have a chance.
That's about it. Anything else, just simply avoid it. And once
Thorn,
you make that small
welcome.
change, you realize how more masculine you come off through the text and how much more she actually respects you. It simply works, alright? So try out all these 5 things, and if you guys want my free ebook where I actually go over some of these concepts in a deeper layer and also teach you and show you ways of how you can keep the conversation exciting and always going, be sure to download my free text guide. I call it Text God, Text G-O-D.
It's getting worse. Torhauf. Okay.
So she doesn't.
She might actually not have water. Let me do this real quick. Just check if she has water because she's been pressing that button the entire time. Do you need water? Are you out of water? It's not out of water. Water. Water, please. Okay, so she doesn't want to love you, she wants to control you. Here's proof.
Want to love you, she actually wants to control you. So my main goal with this video is to simply help you understand the difference between control and love, because honestly the two can be confusing. And
yeah, that's what he says, because I think he doesn't know the difference himself.
obviously this is more for my guys who are in relationships, or maybe you're already dealing with a woman, you've been on a few dates, and you're starting to actually gather some investment, you're starting to get maybe even a little bit invested in her. Most times within that stage is when all this stuff will come up. So here's what you got to remember about women, is that they have a literal superpower, and that superpower is to emasculate men, especially if he's emotionally weak. Even the sweetest, most feminine woman will eventually start doing this. I have seen it firsthand. So that's why it's so important for you to recognize
so
these
he's just
signs in this video.
traumatized.
And if you don't,
Chad, we got it. He's just traumatized. That explains his behavior.
not only are you going to lose control of the relationship, but eventually yourself. So let's break it down. So like I said, love versus control can be a pretty confusing spot and thing to recognize, but let me know if this has ever happened to you. Basically, you're in a relationship, or maybe you've been seeing this girl for a few.
So, I think we can conclude that he got dumped by a girl. And maybe this relationship wasn't the best, but he's kind of still not over it, so now he has to make content on it. I think that's a conclusion. No, they have little superpowers called being
few months or so. She's texting you all the time, checking in on where you're at and asking who you're with. And at first it just feels like she really cares. You know, she's checking in and everything seems normal. But then after a while, it starts to feel a little different. And it's no longer, you know, like the, hey babe, what are you up to? It's instead, why didn't you text me back? Or who are you just talking to now? So basically these very interrogating like questions. But then she makes it seem like it's an act of love, like nothing's wrong, like she's not trying to be controlling or overbearing, she's just truly...
Couldn't possibly be fear and anxiety on her end, right? Couldn't possibly be that she's feeling insecure. Couldn't possibly be that she's scared.
Really cares. But do realize, once again, love and control can look super similar, especially at the start, because control disguises itself as attention and constant oversight. And when somebody wants to control you, they don't just start with demands, they start with care. They start with, oh, I just care about you, or I just want to make sure that you're okay. Now here's where it can actually...
Oh my god, when I'm scared because my boyfriend is out late at night all by himself and I ask, where are you? Just to make sure he's okay. What? I do not actually care about him. I just want to control. Woo. So I literally just had an obsessive girlfriend. Man got the yandere he always asked for and couldn't handle it. Maybe. We can only guess. But it looks very likely.
Get even more manipulative, and that's through tests. Sometimes consciously, most times unconsciously. Basically, women will poke at your boundaries, they'll push your buttons, and sometimes even manipulate your emotions, just to see how much power they actually have over you. In fact, I have this story. I remember when I was
need another poll, please. Is he projecting? Yes or no?
younger. I was out with my friends. We were like at the bar or something, and my girlfriend at the time, she called me, but I missed it because obviously I was with friends and I didn't even hear it. I didn't feel the vibration, whatever it may be. But when I finally called her back, she hit me with a silent treatment. You know, we've all been there probably. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And so I'm like, yo, what's wrong? And she replied, oh, you know, nothing's fine. And we all know when women say, oh, it's fine, truth is, it's not actually fine due to their indirect communication style. But long story short, I knew it wasn't fine. And suddenly, guess what? My night was ruined because I couldn't stop overthinking and I was stuck in my head trying to figure out, what did I do? Once again, that is not love. That is
He doesn't give the vibe of someone who would actually overthink. He would just call her crazy and move on. A real girl doesn't question when a guy goes missing for over 3 months. Yeah, that's not love. She doesn't care for you. She's wondering where you are. If she's helping the police, she's just crazily obsessed with you. God damn it.
simply emotional control. It's also her way of testing your value. Are you the kind of guy who's going to drop everything just to try and chase her validation? Or are you going to hold on to your ground and not let her mood swings dictate your emotions? Once again, I'm not saying every woman does this intentionally, and sometimes these patterns can come off simply from her own insecurities and her fear of losing you. But whether it's
But yeah, remember, you need to make sure that she knows that you could leave her at any given moment, right? His own things.
intentional or not, the result is simply the same. And that is, it creates a dynamic where she is in control and you're constantly trying to keep her happy. And that's a losing battle because women will never be happy. So,
I can't. What is that? That's a losing battle because women can never be happy. He didn't just, yeah, he did. He absolutely did. Women will never be happy. I'm not opening the political aspect of that here. But that is a bold thing to say. Dude only likes men for I swear. Or maybe he's just not realized that he just doesn't have the ability to make a woman happy, but that's another topic to talk about.
Break down the optimal relationship dynamic as a man. And that is simply, you're in control, she's trying to tame you, but simply can't. Sometimes you guys got to remember why she...
Motherfucker outed himself as a brat for real! The way he used tame there. Shush, be quiet. Be quiet. No.
He even decided to choose you in the first place. More than likely, it was how you were acting. And women have the power, once again, the superpower, to emasculate men and sort of change them in their ways throughout time because that's what they think they want. But truth is, they don't know what they actually want. And if you allow them to do that,
Oh my god.
over time, they'll start to lose attraction and honestly don't know why. I've seen it time and time again, 5, 6, 7 year long relationships. And the woman has simply...
Just to clear this up, chat. So, you know, you don't actually fall into, this hole that he's trying to pull you into. The majority of the time, women lose interest in men are 3 things. Number 1, women change and men don't. Women will grow and, you know, change aspects about them, change what they like, you know, just grow as a human because life processes, and the man stays the same. And over the time, they grow apart. That is one reason. Reason number 2. The man starts losing interest or stops putting in effort into the relationship because for whatever reason he just thinks it's not worth it anymore to put in any effort. Okay? And the third reason is, you know, general like loss of ambition or, you know, that they just changed as a person in a whole different way or whatever. Like, actually, it's more 2 reasons. But there's a point. No! We don't need that goal. We really do not. But, yeah, just, it's the opposite of what he said, just saying.
They changed a man throughout time by making him more like the way she wants him to be. Through taming him, he proceeded to change, and then over time, she fell out of love with him.
It's called compromise and adaptation, but I think these are 2 words he doesn't have in his vocabulary.
Now, like I said, a lot of women who lean towards controlling behavior, they sometimes have a deep fear of losing you, or being abandoned, or just simply not feeling enough. And instead of dealing with that fear internally with themselves, they try to control you to feel safe.
I feel like he's projecting again.
Especially women who have been cheated in every
I hope
single
you're doing well,
relationship.
Mia.
In fact, I remember this girl I dated.
The real reason women lose interest in men because your PV and aren't high enough.
She's been cheated on in her prior relationship and the one before that, and her ex had broken her trust so badly that now in her mind...
Wait, so does it I have questions, right? Does it specifically have to be one before and one before that, so like 2 relationships total, or is one relationship where she got cheated enough, or is 3, 4, 5 plus too many? Like, boy, you need to be clear here.
The control was the only way to make sure that she didn't get hurt again. So some women use control just to avoid emotional pain, and they think that if they have more power or control, that the sometimes inevitable can be avoided. But the truth is, that just takes them out of their feminine essence. Now, this reminds me of a...
No, he should have worded that differently, but the truth is, a cheater will always cheat, so maybe don't date a cheater.
Theory that was popularized within the manosphere called betazation by 1,000
just a suggestion.
And basically what this is, it means that the dynamic in the relationships where one partner usually
I never trust a dude sitting in the list. Literally.
Context gradually loses their dominance, assertiveness, and individuality by repeatedly making small compromises.
Especially not a dude that has pretty much told us that he's single himself. If he was a happily married man in a, relationship 20 years plus, I would understand. I would believe a little more, maybe. That would be more credit to his name. But a man in his late 20s, early 30s who's still not settled in a long distance relationship, in a long-term relationship, and is still single and giving dating advice to men on the internet, well, not very credible. I've been with my partner for 21 years now. See, that is credible.
Or concessions to appeal their partner. And over time, these small compromises add up, leading to a loss of respect. But not only a loss of respect, a loss of attraction, and just simply balance within the relationship. So essentially, you are changing you or the things in your life for her. So you mostly see this whenever you move in with a woman. It tends to be the most popular, but it can still happen in very, very subtle, minute ways. And
I think it's crazy how
I want
much
to end
is projecting.
off with telling you how to actually break free from that control, and it's simply to stay in control. How do you stay in control? Through leadership, setting that leader-follower frame. Leaders, what do? They make decisions, they make choices. If your woman is constantly making the choices for you, constantly telling you guys what you're gonna do, maybe on a date night, or the one driving even, like all these little subtle things create masculine and feminine dynamics within it, and through that, it reinforces that she should be in control. Also,
this is the first take I'm partially going with. Only up to the point, though, that it is nice to not have to worry about anything. I really appreciate it when, my partner is gonna be like, hey, we haven't had a date in a while, how about we go there, do this? Or even if they're gonna be like, hey, so, I know you've been busy, but I seen you were free. Angel, hello. I seen you were free, this night. I, put on something nice, we're gonna go out for dinner. That's a nice surprise. It's nice to not having to plan everything and think about it. However, on the other side, it's still about communication.
Also, I believe SMV signaling is pretty important.
Which
essentially means that you're signaling to her that you're higher sexual market value than her.
Oh shit, we have SMV coming back at us again.
Which is another reason why I truly believe relationships work out the best whenever you date down and the woman dates up. It's a woman.
Hello. I think I know what he's talking about because that happened with me. I mean, what?
Woman's natural inclination to date up anyway, but some.
You can ask that the boyfriend tomorrow. Would you say you've dated down and she dated up?
Times
he's gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I've seen situations where it will be pretty 50-50 or even the woman's making a little bit.
See, the fun thing is he says this type of shit just like this dude, but he actually just says it out of fun. Because he knows how ridiculous and stupid these takes are.
More, but unless she's really, really attracted to you, these dynamics just leads to her eventually trying to take control or just naturally being in the leadership position. So SMB signaling alongside with staying in control through decision making.
I'm actually feeling some type of empathy for this guy. He must be so frustrated with his love life to say these types of things. but when publicly asked, he would always, you know, deny that, obviously, because otherwise it would discredit his brand and everything. But god damn it, I'm actually kind of sorry for this dude.
And leadership is the optimal way to do this. Alongside with that, make sure that you have your own life, your own goals, your own friends. Have a life outside your woman. Your relationship should not be your whole entire.
What is that? Have a life outside your woman. Why did I think of, you know, he's trying to constantly be inside of his woman? He needs to order a bad dragon. Yes.
Life. It should be just a small aspect of it, and you still have your life outside.
I feel like he needs a good pegging.
On a weekly, monthly, yearly basis, even is definitely going to
just to realize how submissive he really is.
Keep the frame and the dynamic simply put in there. Whenever you have your own life and you're doing your own stuff, hanging with friends, and you don't make compromises for her, especially for your social group, that in itself shows a degree of independence, and a degree of independence shows, once again, more control.
He proved what I said. Don't make compromises, pretty much. He just proved what I said he's probably doing.
So guys, if you're tired of walking on eggshells, feeling like you're losing yourself just to keep your woman happy, it's time for a change. Inside Digital Romeo, we built a proven blueprint to help men like you step into your masculine frame, command respect in your relationships, and become the high
men like you should probably say men like us.
Value men that women naturally want to follow, not control. The kind of man who doesn't chase validation because he is the validation.
Okay, is a man who is in control attractive? In general, yes, that is a true statement. Okay? A man who can handle a situation and is in control is attractive. Period. Okay? Is a man who is trying to control me attractive? If it's in a bratty sexual way, 100%. If it's not, fuck you and get out of here. Like, what does he think he's saying, man? I'm sorry for this dude. I'm really sorry, especially because he believes that this shit is working just to end up, you know, single.
My team and I have worked with countless of men, guiding them step by step through the Digital Romeo blueprint to not only transform their relationships, but their entire lives. And now,
I would really love to see some of these men come forward, tell us about their, you know, experience with him. Do it in bed for fun, don't do it in... Yes! Yes! I mean, if you have that type of dynamic, okay, where you are actually in a dominant, submissive relationship dynamic, okay, BDSM. Whole different story, okay? Can be hot as fuck and it's consensual. However, if it's not in a dominant, submissive relationship, which that is resulting from a kink community, then it's just, what's the word? Not necessarily abusive, but over... Yeah, what the fuck? Wait, let me... Is it abusive? Would the word be abusive? Invasive. Invasive? Invasive? I guess? Consent is the most sexiest thing, my dude. Yes. You know, unless, you know, it's consensual non-consent we're talking about. But that is also kind of including consent, you know? So... relationships are too complex. They're actually not. You just need to not follow this dude's guidelines. Understanding high, medium, and low interested women.
Today,
full breakdown.
We are breaking down high, medium, and low interest women within dating, especially within the red
just
pill
wait
space.
for him to categorize them by value.
Only deal with high interest women. But here's the truth. Most guys actually rarely meet and deal with high interest women. Most guys actually deal with sort of medium interest women. And through my dating experience, I've defined and classified these different signals and signs between high, medium, and low interest women.
Oh.
And now I want to share it with you guys so that you can start to identify what type of woman you are dealing with. Stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go ahead and get right into it.
Man, I must say, I love this man and his content. For different reasons than he might think. But, it's giving me content. You know, I can sit here, get ready, put on my makeup, and just wait for him to say something dumb.
Off first, what is a high interest woman? In my opinion, a high interest woman is somebody that perceives you as an 8+. This is true, genuine desire. So usually this has to do with really high initial physical attraction. They make it easy for you. You don't have to do a lot of strategies, and almost the conversation and meeting up with them feels effortless. All right, so in terms of signs, I got a lot of signs for each one. We're gonna be going through dating apps.
You know what the funny thing is? Other men on the internet would call these women easy to have, but okay. He's the one putting out like this is, you know, the best
signs, in real life signs, and other signs a part of that, so that you guys can fully understand within every single context that you're meeting a certain girl. First sign is that if she messaged you first on a dating app. This is one of the first signs that I personally discovered with my whole dating app strategy. You guys know that I allow women to choose me, and for that reason,
oh my, just let that sink in.
message you first on a dating app. This is one of the first signs that I personally discovered with my whole dating app strategy. You guys know that I allow women to choose me. Discovered with my whole dating app strategy. You guys know that I allow women to choose me. Discovered with my whole dating app strategy. You guys
Wait.
know that I allow women to choose me.
Oh my god. Thank you for letting me choose you, because I choose not to.
And for that reason, I've discovered that usually when a woman messages you first on a dating app, more than likely she finds you physically attractive in terms of a 8+, perceived 8+.
Yep, and
for
then
that
she's
reason, they tend to be
pretty
high
much
interest.
dipping
like I said,
pretty
I
fast
did this experiment
after,
a long time ago where
she
I
realizes
kind
what
of
a kind of jerk
calculated
you are,
who
but that's
I
a
was
different story he
meeting up
doesn't want
with
to talk about.
and like who was flaking, who was not. And I came across
How's
one
that start
trend
working for-
specifically on dating apps, and it's still true to this day, is the fact that if the girl messaged me first on a dating app, that signified their high interest, and for that reason, I was way more likely to meet up with them than if I had to send out a message first. Even if they agreed to a date, they will, 50-50, they'll end up flaking. The interest wasn't fully there. So if they message you first on a dating app, not always, but for the most part, they're usually high interest. Next one is in real life, and this is called the vicinity approach. It's basically where a girl purposely puts herself in your environment, in your area, making it known that she wants you to talk to her. And this is a very
And this is where a lot of times men will think a woman is doing something to get their attention when she's just enjoying her time. Just saying.
very common thing that girls would do that are really high
Battlefield
interest.
2025
This actually
dating,
happened
yep.
to me a few days ago when I went out to a club. I was chilling with friends at this club. We were kind of like near this table. I was kind of talking, and my friend next to me told me like, yo, that girl over there keeps looking at you. But she was kind of far away at first. I kind of glanced over at her, but I didn't really find her that attractive. And she slowly started just making her way closer and closer towards me, and this girl was like dancing at the same time, to where she's literally right beside me, back turned, and nearly dancing on me while I'm turned this way. So like her back is this way, and she's damn near up on me like dancing. I'm like, damn, like this is a a clear vicinity approach. So if this has ever happened to you, chances are she's
And then his alarm bell rang. God damn it.
really high interest. Next one is
Chia, I expect you to do an elaborate dance to tell me if you're into me or not, and I might allow you to approach me. Okay, I cannot not make this reference, but with birds it's the other way around, In Animal Kingdom, the men are the one doing the dances to appeal to women. I'm just saying.
that if she gets friends to approach you, this is one of those things where girls can't really be direct, so they're more passive and they don't have a lot of confidence. So what they'll do is they'll get their friend, they'll come up to me and they'll be like, hey, my friend thinks you're cute, or hey, are you single? Because
My friend thinks you're cute. Is that a thing we still do? I thought that was something that teenagers do. Oh. Oh. It clicked, chat. It clicked. It clicked. Yep. Yep. That's why his advice is working. His target audience isn't 21 plus.
My friend thinks you're cute. She's over there, and her friend will literally be like 2 feet away, like acting all shy, standing with her back turned. And I'm like, tell her to come here.
And I'll click.
Or I'll walk up to her if she's attractive, you know? So if they get their friends to approach you, definitely a sign of high interest, because girls, in order for that to happen, they have to tell their friend, like, hey, that guy is so cute. Like, I'm scared to talk to him. What should I do? And then that's usually when the girl's like, oh, I'll do it for you, because since her friend has no incentive or fear of rejection towards me, they usually have the most confidence to go up and approach. Now, in terms of social media, if a girl DM'd you,
what? Not all of her friends are all head over heels in love with you? Oh, fuck, that's a bummer. I mean, the YouTube plates in the background, we know YouTube is mostly being under, yeah. I mean, it really depends on what your target audience is really, and I mean, now he's kind of, told us that exact thing.
That's clearly a sign of high interest. That is the highest sign of high interest. Just like how a girl messages you first on a dating app, if a girl goes out her way to DM you on Instagram, that's definitely a clear sign of high interest. Also within social media, if she follows and likes your pics, it has to be both, guys. If she follows you and likes multiple of your pics, that is a sign of high interest. Perceives you as A+ and has the highest initial attraction. The next sign is that if she makes herself available.
But I mean, I think if a girl follows you on Instagram, that already shows she has some type of interest in your content. Unfortunately, she then knows what type of content you make and how much of a jerk you are, and she will unfollow you again. And yeah.
Really, really fast. So high interest girls, it's not a maybe, it's not I'll let you know, it's not like I'll check my schedule. It's I'm literally free tonight. I'm free tomorrow. My main girl who I've been seeing nearly 3 years.
Or I have another very, very pro tip. Chat, take notes, take out your notebooks, and what's his name? Austin? I forgot. What's his name? What's your name, Austin? Austin, take your notes out as well. If she really is that needy, she might just be ovulating. Main girl?
I'm literally at a maybe, it's not I'll let you know, it's not like I'll check my schedule. It's I'm literally free tonight. I'm free tomorrow. My main girl who I've been seeing nearly 3 years at this point.
I didn't even get my main girl that I've been seeing for nearly 3 years at this point.
In time, I matched with her on a dating app and I set up the date literally the next day and she was available. Like, hi.
I mean, since he is that famous on YouTube, I really hope that she doesn't think they're in a relationship, because otherwise that would be very soul-crushing for her. But, that's why we leave situationships in 2024, because otherwise you're gonna end up like the girl who's, you know, dating this dude to only be his main girl. And, I mean, she could be lucky that she's not a side chick, you know.
High interest women really make themselves available really, really fast. Doesn't matter what they have got going on. They have an open schedule for you.
So she's his booty call. Period. She's his booty call. That's what he just confirmed. They'll make themselves available for you whenever. High interest, that's what he calls it, to manipulate it, as to give the perception of, you know, these girls have more value. When in reality, she just really likes him, and maybe not even in a healthy way, because I'm sorry, whoever would date a jerk like that is, well. Whew! There's a real possibility he's a parasocial too. I can see this dude be the type of person who would slide into other creators, and possibly fans. Well, his fans wouldn't be female, but other creators' DMs with his size to just flex his, you know, popularity as a way to get into a creator's fans. I can 100% see that.
Now, the last one I got, and like I said, I'm trying to do every single context. So we did in real life, we did dating apps, but also sexually. Sexually, there are signs that show that a girl has high interest within you. And that one sign is if she gives you a blowjob fast, or if she gives you a blowjob.
Titanic had sunk already, but I've been proven wrong, man. I've been proven wrong. Because now it has sunk. It's there because it's supposed to be educational content. Oh my, I am so sorry for any man who watches this and genuinely thinks this will work. Because any chance they have with a real girl, or a real person in general, let's be real, yes, because he marks this as educational content, which is true. He's trying to be educational, but the bullshit he's putting out there is just marvelous, to be exact.
Drop fast, especially with nothing else in return, right? You guys have probably been with girls who didn't go down on you, or who maybe went down on you really fast. And those are the girls who have the highest interest in you. If they do it fast, they're willing to do more too. Like, these girls are so attracted to you and have so high interest that they'll look.
Is he maybe talking about his wet dreams? Did I not? Maybe. Oh, okay. Let's see. Maybe he's like, no. He's not really talking about how this is his. Maybe that's the exclusive content he's talking about. Maybe this is exclusive content because it's exclusive to his dreams. I call bullshit. Yes, please. Please. Okay, wait. After this video, I want to do one more thing. I want to look at the comments in
probably
this
not the
specific
first few
one.
times, but like if you know them for like at least 3 to 6 months, they'll probably be willing to do stuff like that. And these girls
We need to look at the
like,
comments
will
after.
go down on you fast with no sort of
he does it.
expectation for you to go down on
Shit,
the back.
that was my
They just
highlighter.
really want to please you. That's how interested and high their attraction is for you. So those were the signs of high interest. Up next, we got medium interest, and this is where most guys actually deal with in terms of attraction levels. So a medium interest girl is somebody who thinks you're cute, but they subconsciously feel like they can do better. So their attraction isn't the highest. They're not that
Projection! I can tell you from literally every woman. I am a woman. I've talked to some women, you know, and I can guarantee you this is a male mindset. I'm not saying that there are not any women out there who think that way, but this is a very common thing about men having, you know, and I'm also not saying every man is like that. I want to clarify that. Not every man is like that, but men like him. With women, it's usually going this way. Not saying that there's not black sheeps out there, because there are, but for the most part, women put energy into the guy they like. Wait, Chiawara talks to women. What has the world come to? I mean, you know, Cottontail follows me now. I must be having some game going. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking kidding. No, but like for real, like this is something I see more in male dating behavior than I see in female dating behavior, because most of the time females will put the time into the person that they actually are attracted to, because otherwise we view it as wasting time. So, the whole looking out for better is not a female concept, I'm just saying.
engaged, but they're willing to maybe go out on a date with you, right? It's not that they find you unattractive, but they don't see you like the best they can get.
It's also maybe because looks is not everything, and while we might be physically attracted to you to a certain degree, we want to make sure that we also like you in general. That's why we don't go ham over everything, because we've learned that looks do not matter that much. They matter to a point because you need to be physically attracted to a person. Unless you are demisexual, but that's a different thing. Can you send me this video on Discord real quick? I can, yeah, let me send it to you. Let me actually send it here as well, so everyone can have a look at it. Bye-bye, Stu! Have a great rest of your Valentine's! Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye-bye! So, no more ball chi, no more rolling chi. Listen. All I'm saying is, do not take advice from this dude. That's the end of where I'm going with this. Do not take advice from this dude.
So a medium interest girl, through
Don't.
time spent with her, through comfort building, she actually could rise up to a high interest woman. And I've seen a lot of relationships and cases like this where the guy kind of won the girl over who was kind of medium interest, but the more time he spent with her.
Okay, real talk, okay? Real talk. Some of you know I've been a content creator, German content creator before, right? Some of you do know that. So I have my private profile on Instagram and stuff. My current boyfriend followed me there for 3 years prior, before we actually started talking. I've gotten a lot of random DMs. Toru, why are you whining? What are you whining about? Baby bitch. Why does she sound like that? Let me go check on her real quick. She's making weird sounds. I just want to make sure she's fine. Are you okay? What are you crying about? Are you okay? She was lying in front of the door, just whining. So I've gotten a lot of DMs, okay? Some of them were pretty harassy-ish. And some of them were fine. Wait. Oh! Quiet! Settle. Settle. No. No. So basically, getting to the point in my DMs where I actually talk seriously with you is hard, because I possibly cannot talk to everyone and get to know everyone. Especially when, you know, sometimes you're just not even interested in getting to know anyone. The fact that he is attractive, especially for my personal taste, was definitely helpful. Okay? It was definitely helpful. However, just because I've seen him and I heard his voice, Vampy, welcome. I wasn't always like, I wasn't all over heels, be like, oh my god, I wanna fuck this dude. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so head over heels in love with you. I would do anything for him. I'm gonna be available. Blah, blah, blah. Like, just because he was handsome didn't mean that was my reaction. That reaction came because I've gotten to know this man, meet him, talk to him, and grow close to him. Now, I am that type of girlfriend that is like head over heels and obsessed and bleh, you know. So I did have that reaction, but not because he was looking handsome or looking good or having a nice body or whatever, but because I've actually grown to know him. And this dude is trying to tell you that women are only interested in you for looks, and there is no real bond there. That's bullshit.
Her, the more he got her invested, she slowly turned into a high interest girl where she's fully interested in pursuing him. But
That's
at the same time, medium interest can
I'm
be
doing
volatile
wonderful.
in
How
terms
are you
of
doing?
going to low
I'm having a wonderful morning because we get to laugh over this dude.
interest. Because they like you, but they're not fully sure where they stand with you, right? So if you do anything that sort of turns them off or even gives them the ick, as they like to say, that can immediately go to...
Well, if you do something that gives them the ick, that should be pretty normal, that they, you know, have less interest in you because, you know, you gave them the ick for some reason or another. There's a reason why you gave them the ick, you know? I'm the viewer that's head over heels for him and it doesn't even stream yet. Yep.
Low interest.
Girl, what is up with you? Toru! Are you trying to tell me that you're done with this dude's bullshit and you want me to spend time with you instead? I'm like not even ready yet. I'm like still getting ready. This is how much time this dude takes from me.
Whereas if a girl is high interested in you, especially initially, You can do all the icks in the world as long as you're not literally
No. No. If you give someone the ick, you give them the ick, period.
retarded.
This guy
then
knows,
she's gonna
yes.
still find you attractive. Whereas a medium interest girl, like you rub your belly the wrong way, you stand stretched the wrong way, like she's not gonna see you again. Now to
That's not giving someone the ick. I mean, does this dude even know anything? Has this dude ever talked to a woman? Different question. Yeah, like definitely, you're definitely an expert. Wow. Okay, let me say it this way, okay? Let me maybe phrase it this way. This guy must be the most delulu person in the world. Let's go back to what he said
interested
here.
in you, especially initially, you can do all the icks in the world as long as you're not literally retarded. Then she's gonna
I don't think I need to say anything else here. Right? Or do you want me to clarify this point? If you want me to clarify this point, I'm more happy to do so. But the ick is the ick can be two things. If you're either disgusted by a person because of like literally like disgust, or because they give you vibes, like uneasy vibes, make you feel uneasy.
still find you attractive. Whereas a medium interest girl, like you rub your belly the wrong way, you stand stretched the wrong way, like she's not gonna see you again. Now to me, a medium interest girl is basically
But chat, don't forget, as a man, you have the power to leave.
low interest. I can't really see the two differences in my personal dating strategy. If I'm getting any sort of these signs that I'm going to talk about, I immediately perceive that as low interest because once again, I personally only deal with high interest women. So the first sign that she's medium.
So he's only dating with women. He's only dealing with women he doesn't have to put effort into, right? Because they just want him for his looks. Until they leave him because they realize what kind of person he is. So he's only dating Sims. Yeah, I wouldn't even say Sims, because I just would say he's only dating women who are blinded by his looks and then get to know his real. He's only searching blowjobs then, yes.
Interest is eye contact. Eye contact whenever you're out, you know, looking at you. Yes, this could be a sign of high interest, but in my experience, for the majority of cases, I find this to be sort of medium interest woman. There's been plenty of times where
What? Because she's not looking at your dick the entire time to gobble it up? What the fuck?
a girl was looking, I maybe approached her or whatever, and it still led nowhere. Right? Either they were baiting me for validation, they weren't really that interested.
Miss,
They
how are
found
you
me
doing?
cute enough or attractive enough to like look at, but they didn't want anything from that point. So
Because they realized you were fucking...
that's why I really don't take eye contact that seriously, unless it's consistent, prolonged eye contact. Like it has to be like blaring, obvious eye contact. Like the girl who made the vicinity approach in the high interest one that I just talked about. This girl, for example, was making blaring eye contact with me, like dancing, staring at me. In that case, sure, it's high interest. But if it's like quick glances or like just kind of looking at you, you know, just normal eye contact while you're out at the gym, I would definitely signify this as medium interest, not fully high interest. Up next is a dating app.
Well, because just because someone's looking at you doesn't instantly mean they want to fuck you? Oh my god, I'm sorry to tell you.
App match. A lot of guys think dating app matches
Yeah.
equates to actually like a high interest woman. Matches mean literally nothing, guys. A girl can swipe on you and think you're cute, but not fully be interested in you. That's why I put that next layer into she has to actually message you first.
Yeah, that's because the most only thing you go on is like the fucking biography and your looks, and she doesn't actually get to know you before you fucking text. That's why a match doesn't mean anything. The only thing it means is that she's genuinely interested in getting to know you and there's a base attraction. The fuck you are talking about? God. This man.
First to be high interest, because a match.
See, the thing is, if I would actually be in front of this man, there would be two sides of me debating. The one that actually wants to shred him to shreds, with arguments and cripple his tiny fragile ego to the fucking ground of the abyss, to where he deletes his channel and literally apologizes to everyone who scammed out of money, or the side that literally just wants to laugh.
Means nothing.
Laughing
I have
straight
matched
in
with
the face.
thousands of women at this point in time. Like, literally thousands. Have I slept with thousands of girls? No.
Well, in your book, that must be, you know, pretty just bad strategy then, right?
I met up with thousands of girls? No. That's because
people read bios. Yes, they do.
Nowhere, they end up flaking, whatever it may be.
Oh yeah, funny story. Do you want to have a little story out of my book? When it comes to attraction and the ick, that's actually what I wanted to say earlier and I forgot. We love ADHD. So I actually matched with this guy. Let's name him, I don't know, Dominic, okay? Let's name him Dominic. So Dominic was really handsome, okay? That was a time where I wasn't looking for a relationship, I was looking for someone physical, okay? And that was pretty obvious. I just want to say that. I wasn't looking for anything serious, I was, you know, taking care of myself and just trying to have some fun. Dominic was very attractive, yeah, okay. He was also very busy, like, busy to the point where it was hard to plan dates, okay? First date? I'm probably not getting the order right because it's been a year and I literally couldn't care less now afterwards. So the order of it is definitely not correct, but all of these events happened. One date, he completely stood me up and ghosted me. I think it was the first date that he was late to the point. No, actually, no, that wasn't the first date. He stood me up completely. The second date, I was at the Mexican bar here, and I just decided to, you know, eat something and then go, because I was like, okay, I'm not gonna just get up after sitting here for 30 minutes. The second date, he was so fucking late. I waited there for an entire hour. And I've only waited this long because I told him, like he texted me, he was like, oh man, like this happened, and and like now this happened, and no, I'm not there in time. I told him, you have 30 minutes. After I've waited 30 minutes, right? I wanted to show empathy, and that was dumb of me. But I wanted to show him, like, hey, okay, you know, this is a thing. I was like, you have 30 minutes to be here or else I'm going home. And if you're here today, my food and my drinks are going into your paycheck. Because usually I am the type of girl who's paying for her own stuff on the first dates. Just because, number one, I like to show them that I'm not there for their money because I can handle myself and I can pay for my own shit. But at the same time, in that moment, I was like, nah, fuck you. I've been waiting here for an hour if that's the time when you get here. I want something out of this. Because if I'm already wasting my time waiting for you because you are too fucking dumb to plan accordingly, I want some compensation. He actually did end up coming, even though he was way too late. But he did come. It was a genuinely nice conversation, I would say. Especially considering, you know, the goal I had in mind, or like we had in mind. However, he was constantly on the phone, he was constantly checking his stuff. Speaking of, you know, always stay busy. It was super unattractive because it didn't show me that he was interested at all. So that led to the point where, oh, I forgot about that. He wanted to bring me home, but on the way home, he complained about how cold it was and how hungry he was, and was just whining because it was like a 15-minute walk, and he was just like, usually I would take an Uber for this. I'm like, we're not taking an Uber for this. This is a 15-minute walk. What the fuck do you mean? Like, I'm like, yeah, no. And then he actually did take an Uber back, just to get to the fucking, kebab thing, because he didn't eat at the restaurant. And I had eaten by the time he's gotten there. Alpha behavior, missing the date to make a woman miss you and want you more. My online course at highvaluesexgod.com. Privileged much, yes. He was having fun. Like, he was the type of... He was an alpha male trying to disguise as a gentleman, I would say. I think that is the best I could tell, okay? So we talked later, and we wanted to meet again, but I told him, like, you know, if you make me wait or stand up again, I'm actually out. Like, I'm not doing this again. Because I wanted to show him, like, you cannot use me as a fucking plaything. I have better things to do with my time, and I'm actually taking time off my work, and other people to be with you, and if you keep me waiting, now fuck you. So there was a third date planned, out of the, you know, three that didn't really happen, besides the one. And he did stand me up again. Fun fact, for the third date, I didn't even get ready because I was already counting on him canceling on me. But since he canceled, I just blocked him and never got back to him again. Because I stood my ground. I was like, nah, I told you, if you stand me up again, I'm done. Like, I'm not overlating that hard to be that desperate. So, I think that was the first time he met an alpha woman. Walking is for betas,
Dating
yeah.
app matches usually mean medium interest because they were interested enough to swipe on you. They didn't find you overly repulsive, but at the same time, they actually had no intentions of meeting up with you. They don't like you enough in a lot of cases to actually spend time with you. And alongside with that, if we take the in real life version of that, I was
maybe, just maybe, if they swipe for you because of your looks and they end up not wanting to, you know, get to know you more, maybe that's a character problem. I'm just saying, maybe that's a character problem. You have toys that treat you better and probably fuck me better as well. They last longer.
Number. Like getting a girl's phone number and she agrees to give it to you could be a sign of medium or even low interest in some cases. Also high interest too, but for the most part, I would say medium interest because she gave you her phone number because she's probably
high interest would be if she instantly sends you a nude picture.
Interested, but at the same time, you know, I find phone numbers just like dating app matches to where...
Oh yeah, sorry, never mind. She didn't give you her Snapchat right away and send you nude pictures every day. I'm sorry.
For the most part, it's not going to lead anywhere unless she was obviously high interested.
Bro, if she gives you her phone number instead of her fucking Snapchat and Instagram, you should be pleased because your phone number is way more personal than a fucking Instagram every idiot can get. Just saying.
Initial get-go, and that
Just
really depends on how the interaction started. The next sign is that if she likes your pics on IG or likes your story. So liking is just a passive way to show some interest, but it's not the fullest way to show interest because trust me, girls who are actually high interest.
I would like to know how he shows interest, right? Because he's only talking about how women show interest in him, but how does he show interest in women?
Once again, they
Just
will
asking.
follow and like your pictures. A girl like mass liking your pictures or maybe liking your story here and there, it's just a subtle way to show like, hey, I think you're cute, I think you're attractive, but I don't think you're attractive enough for me to go out my way.
It couldn't indicate low, medium, or high interest or no interest at all at this point.
So take liking pictures with a grain of salt. Like I said, most guys deal with medium interest girls anyway. So
this is like, if you actually listen to what kind of bullshit he talks, it's just so ridiculous.
That if you want to, just don't expect for her to be super high interest. The next sign is one-word text or vague.
Dude, we didn't even have high super interest as a category yet. Maybe we should talk about that first, bro. I thought we only had low, medium, and high. Where did super high come from? Does he even say he shows interest in women? No, because he's gay and he just doesn't know it.
Vague responses. But she keeps texting you. You guys have probably dealt with a situation. Maybe you got a dating app match, or you got a girl's phone number, or maybe you're sending her a message on Instagram, whatever it may be, where she'll kind of be very hard to speak to. The investment's kind of low. She may be giving vague responses towards your plans to meet up. I'll let you know. Let me...
Oh, but what if she's just busy? She has her own life. She's not making herself available. Oh no, wait, that's masculine, right? I forgot.
Check my schedule. Maybe. Like, these girls have some sort of interest, but you're not a big enough priority for them to drop everything for you.
I'm just saying, right? If we go by biology, because he likes to talk about female and male and like feminine and masculine so much, there's a reason why women only evaluate once a month, right? And they're only really horny once a month, while, you know, with testosterone, that's a little different. So who's the really needy one here? Who should be the needy one? Who should be the one worshipping on his feet to get pussy? It's not the women, unless they worship women.
You and for you to meet them as soon as possible. Also, girls who have
I'm just
medium
trying to
interest
tell you,
tend to keep
man.
the conversation
Maybe go back to your roots instead.
going, even though it seems like they're not really that interested in talking with you.
Oh
For
my
example,
goodness.
girls who don't ask questions back. So you ask, oh, where you're from, and they'll just tell you where they're from, but they won't say, what about you, or how about you. You know, girls who are high interest always ask questions back. Girls who are sort of medium interest will engage in conversation with you, but they won't be that super engaging in conversation in terms of asking questions back and give you a lot of investment and room to work with. The next sign is that if she goes out on a first date but doesn't follow up after, or she never initiates contact but she always makes herself available. You know, you'll get her to go out on a date with you, she agreed, she shows up, but afterwards, even though the date went really well, you might have been getting good energy back.
Even though the date went really well, if she's not coming back to you, maybe the date didn't go so well. Just a thought. Hydrangelo. Lucky I'm married. These advices would make me stuck out. Yes,
She doesn't
100%.
follow up after the date. And I'm talking in terms of like, hey, I had a great time.
At this point, I feel like this is not supposed to make you get a relationship, because, you know, then they wouldn't pay for the classes anymore. I think these are supposed to make you fail so you keep paying for his classes.
We should do this again.
That's the only
Every
reason I can think
single
of this.
high interest, like genuinely high interest girl I've ever met has followed up after the date. Every single one, without fail, guys, without fail. If they don't, like I said, a sign of medium interest to where you're good enough.
See, and the thing is, he's creating himself a loophole here. The loophole he's creating right now is that, oh, what? The date went well and it still failed? Well, she must have been a medium interest girl then. It couldn't have possibly been because my advice sucks. It must have been a medium interest girl. You know? Really good isolation advice, exactly.
Enough to go out on a date with, but you're not good enough to keep pursuing or to like showcase interest to maybe, you know, see you
No,
again.
no. Fuck. Listening to this guy speak drained my ovaries. You don't have ovaries. But I understand what you're meaning. I woke up just in time. There is literally no way that this community goal just got finished and Nap now comes into chat. I swear to God, he programmed himself an alert for this to happen. Literally. There's no other reason, there's no other way this could either, like, be possible other than Nap programming himself. Well, good use of words, Chi. To get notified when this goal is done. I redeemed my points after Nap answered. Well, wait, let me.
Or have another date. They're expecting
So, Nap, we're looking at, you know, tips on how to be an alpha male and actually get bitches. I'm just saying. You know, this definitely works and definitely makes you get bitches. 100%. Totally doesn't isolate you and make you pay for his classes, because that would only be scam, right? And alpha top G male sigma men don't scam people, right? Oh, I can help with that. Can you? Are you sure you can? Because looking at his advice, you're doing everything wrong. Step 1, be a furry. That's as good as say step 1, have tentacles. I'm just saying.
You to kind of pursue them a lot more. Whereas high interest women, they have no problem pursuing you whatsoever, and once again making themselves available really fast. Guys, I had a situation like,
imagine trying to date a shy woman or an introverted woman. They're all automatically low interest women. I'm just saying. Chichi has step 1 covered. Oh my god, shy women. Literally. Yep. For him, that's all low interest women. It's the worst. It is what, you know, it is just the worst. You should not.
This a few years ago. This girl was a baddie, like super amazing body. She's the type of girl where people will break their necks looking at her. Like, she's that type of girl. But the thing I hated about her is that she literally never initiated contact, and I saw this girl probably for like 6-7 months. Never never sent a good morning, never sent a hey, how are you, ever. But anytime I reached out to her, she was willing to make herself available. And then also alongside with that, she would take a long time to reply. Like, in some cases, she took like a day or 2 to reply, but would still meet up with me and have.
What? She used your own tactics against you? Fuck. Well, that's what it means to be a top G alpha woman, I guess.
Sex with me and like go out on dates with me. Like, it was a weird dynamic, and throughout time it definitely started turning me off.
Oh my god, it's finally not an AI video.
The only reason I kept going on with it so long is because she was that attractive enough to do so. But these girls, I feel.
Wait, what?
Like, it was a weird dynamic, and throughout time it definitely started turning me off. The only reason I kept going on with it so long is because she was that attractive enough to do so. But
going back to, you know, reducing people on their physical appearance, but thank you for proving my point, sir.
But these girls, I feel, are either.
It's so weird, guys. She wouldn't revolve her world around me, so strange. But, you know, she was still attractive and fuckable for me to keep going with this. That's kind of bottom behavior, if you ask me. If she had that much power over you just because she was attractive, that's kind of needy bottom behavior to me, my guy. I'm sorry, Austin. I'm very sorry to tell you.
They're once again very structured and organized, but even after a point of like 3-4 months, and you can't even send a hey text, a good morning, how are you, or
oh, you wanted a good morning? How are you? Oh, poor guy. I think he got his heart broken. Can we get an aw and chat for him, please? I guess he didn't pull the baddie after all. You know, I think he just still copes with the fact that she used him for fun and wasn't actually interested in him. I think he's still coping with that, chat. I think we need a little aw and chat. Yeah, poor baby. Yeah, he needs some condolences, chat. This poor man did everything he could and couldn't pull the baddie. Rip to his ego, indeed. Not even worth a sarcastic aw. So now we get to hear the story of his trauma. It was the baddie, chat. It was the baddie. That's why he's doing it. See, on the one side, I love her for breaking his ego. On the other side, I hate her for breaking his ego because that led him to probably open up this channel. But, you know, it is what it is. He needs a real man to show him the way.
or what are your plans this weekend? And I always have to reach out and pursue. It does get annoying after a while. And I do believe that after sex has happened, women should do majority of the pursuing. You should meet them in the middle.
I hate to break it to you, my guy, but I guess your dick game is not as strong as you think it is. I really hate to break it to you, but I think your dick game is not as strong as you think it is.
Sometimes, but if you're still pursuing a woman heavily and you've already had sex with her like 3-4 times and she never reaches out, but she still makes herself available, sign a medium interest. She ain't fully really into you, but she's just into you enough to actually meet up with you, hang out.
Or actually, your dick game is the only thing you got going for yourself. There's only one or two sides, you know? There's only one side or the other.
But the other guy who she's actually high interest for, she's sexing him first. The next time.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You realized you were not her main chick, right? At least he's got that. I think that's what broke
The
him,
medium
chat.
interest is non-conformity. That means that she's willing to go out on a date with you, but she may want to change the time. She might want to change the location. Girls like this don't really fall into your frame. And
See, I actually already had dinner. I really would not like to go dinner. Well, okay, bye. Can we not do something else? No, you're not in my frame.
The rule that I have for myself is that initially the woman has to completely fall within my frame, and that goes with setting up date logistics. So if she's offering like, hey, I'll meet up with you, but I would prefer 5 p.m. instead of 7 p.m. Not because of any genuine reason, because she has to go to work, just because I want to change it. Or you should
Couldn't possibly be because she has a life, you know, maybe he has to take out the dog, maybe needs a couple of minutes to herself, maybe wants to take a shower before meeting you. Maybe actually, you know, just needing some alone time. No! Genuine reason is, how about we do 5 p.m.? My dog just died, but I still want to suck your dick for you. What the fuck is this dude even talking about?
Jessica goes to this bar, but she says, no, let's meet at this bar that's closer to me so that I don't have to drive for 20 minutes. Girls who basically are willing to meet with you, but still don't really conform fully to your frame and to your plans, tend to be signs of medium interest. They're not...
I hate to break it to you. If I'm suggesting 5 p.m. because I'm busy for whatever way, and I'm telling you I'm sorry I can't do 4 p.m., I'm not owing you a reason. And if... Togo! And if that makes you not want to do the date, then I'm very glad you do not want the date because I don't want you.
fully all the way there with you 100%, but they're also not super low interest to where they're repulsed and disgusted by you, because clearly they're still willing to meet up with you. It's just based upon their rules.
Oh no, no. The moment you say the shit, that's what makes you disgusting to me, so... We're on the same page with not wanting that date anymore.
To our really high interest, fully fall within your frame immediately. It doesn't matter if they have to drive 20 minutes, 30 minutes, doesn't matter if they don't drink alcohol, they'll still go to a bar, they'll still get water. Doesn't matter, in some cases, even if they have to work early the next day, they'll still meet up with you at 8:30, 9 p.m. and enjoy their time.
Why do I get the feeling that he's the type of man, if the girl says I don't drink, he's gonna convince her to drink? Do you get the same vibe? Because he said, oh, she's still gonna go to a bar and drink water, I get the vibe that he's not gonna take no for an answer that she doesn't want to drink, and he's gonna do everything possible so she drinks. Yeah. 100%. Because, you know, she's not going with his plan if she doesn't drink, because why else would you go to a bar? And he would find a way to make this about himself to say, oh, you could have told me you don't like drinking. Why did you come to the bar in the first place then? Oh, I'm so insecure.
I'm with you. Whereas a medium interest girl is like, you know, they're a little bit more structured. Now the last sign, and once again, this has to do more with sexual, is starfish sex. Where...
Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised this did in fact come up? You ruined the night because you didn't submit to my... This is gonna be fun. I love men roasting starfish sex.
Where a girl with medium interest...
And when I say love, I mean love roasting them for it.
Will actually have sex with you, believe it or not. Like medium interest girl, if you build up enough comfort and escalation, and in a lot of cases these girls will still fuck you, but don't expect to be getting like a blowjob the first few times. Don't expect to be having like crazy, wild, hot and heavy sex. It's gonna be pretty starfish, right? You'll get...
He just confirms that his dick game is weak. If a girl is doing the starfish, she's just waiting for it to be over. Period. I said what I said. Clip it and ship it. Scream it out into the world. If a girl is doing the starfish, she just waits for it to be over. Period. Period.
Some missionary. She might rub your back during it, but it's not...
What kind of sex do you have that she's rubbing your back? Are you crying into her lap like in a fetal position and she's trying to comfort you? That's not sex, my guy. I'm sorry to tell you that. Foxy, welcome. I'm done. This guy is killing me. This guy is unironically killing me. Back scratches? I don't think he's talking even back scratches. Because that would mean she's, you know. I'm sorry. He's just fucking.
Nothing crazy. She ain't doing a lot of foreplay because she's not attracted enough to you or interested enough into you to act.
Who's not doing the foreplay? If I was recording you, no, actually I don't want to, but if I was to do it, I would bet you were not doing the foreplay. I'm betting that you can't wait to put your willy inside of her.
Actually please you.
Might have a big dick, but doesn't know how to handle it, you know?
And fully submit to you, even sexually. Though she will have sex with you, it won't be all that
Foreplay is the woman's job. Of course!
special or all that great.
He literally, yes, he expects the women to do all. A woman should be the one doing the pursuing. A woman should be the one submitting fully. A woman should do this. A woman should do that. A woman should do. A woman should give him blowjobs, definitely, because only then she's high interested. Hand holding, ban, disgusted. Pats you on the back. There, your dick is much bigger than average. Stop crying. If I was in a situation where I had to have sex with a person like this, I would actually most likely pat their backs and be like, see? You got it in, you found the hole. Good job. See, with a little bit of trying next time, maybe it's gonna work the first attempt. Size doesn't matter, at least I hope. Well, I don't know why she's barking that much. I always say size matters to a certain point, because if it's too small or too big to be inserted, then size does matter. However, if it's anything within the average range, it doesn't matter what size it is. It matters more about how you utilize it. And in general, I stand the ground that sex isn't just sex because you put your wee-wee in there. It's about everything else. For a man, that might be enough, but women usually drive off of imagination and other stimuli, especially, you know, knowing that most women do not come vaginally, but only clitorally. You know, it's utilizing your entire knowledge and body and doing other things, but okay, that's a whole different story. 1.5 inches is average, though. Yeah, that's actually too big already. I click on stream and I see hand-holding. What is this? Oh, if it really was hand-holding, I would be happy about it.
Once again, this is why I just have to deal with high interest girls, man. Because just even the sexual...
That's why I have to deal with high interest girls, man, because those are the easy girls that want to fuck me without hesitation. I don't have to worry about it. You can literally tell that his sex game is so weak and pathetic because he's never put in any effort. He's only picking the ones that are fine with the bare minimum, or he thinks they're fine. They probably thought they had the worst sex ever. But you can tell that he is so bad in bed because he's never had to put in interest. Like, never had to put in effort, never had to put in the interest in that woman. Yeah, he's a virgin. No, I don't think he's a virgin. I don't think he's a virgin. He's just very bad in bed. He probably has a lot of sexual partners, but that's why he doesn't have a long-term girlfriend.
From high interest
Oh, never mind. Sorry, I forgot. He has a long-term main girl. Let me fucking... Main girl, not maid girl. Also, she's barking again. I don't know why. But after this video, we're gonna end because I gotta go.
It's totally different.
I don't want to be too
So
late.
if you're enjoying this information and you're ready to take your dating game to
it's
the
finally
next
over.
level, let's work together one-on-one. My Digital Romeo coaching program is where I help guys.
Yeah, no, thank you. We don't need to waste money. Are you just talking about that?
Don't do any of in life. The first sign of low interest is that if she agrees to go out on a date with you, but only under certain criteria. So unlike the medium interest girl where she might have some non-conformity, this girl, I'm not going out on a date with you unless we go to dinner. I'm not going out on a date with you unless we go on a massive experience, unless you take me on a boat, unless there's some massive party that you're hosting. Like, these girls have such strict rules in terms of meeting you that it has to be something worthwhile to spend their time with, because they genuinely don't want to just spend time with you. The experience
Maybe
or the thing
because
that
you're
you're
a piece of
providing
shit.
for them has
Just-
to be
just a
greater
suggestion.
than, you know, their time spent. And that's exactly why
Alrighty
guys
then,
who
I'll be
lead
seeing you
with
around.
money
Bye
and
bye,
experiences tend to only get low interest women, though they might be still sleeping with them.
But I'm sure if his long-term main girlfriend had a shift in her job schedule and started to want dates earlier, she'd actually clearly cheating no matter how strong your relationship. They don't even have a relationship. They don't have a relationship. It's just his main girl. He made that very clear.
Is still not to the degree of somebody she would generally have high attraction and interest for. So that's why I don't recommend leading with your money. That's why I don't recommend leading with crazy experiences and or even food, because you're looked and viewed as a meal ticket or just, you know, just a party guy, a guy to have fun with, to where there's maybe slight interest, but at the same time, there's still no interest.
I would like to know what they're doing for dinners then.
There that is
kinda weird.
genuine. The next
Oh, you
side
only
is
now
if you
realize
met her
that?
through a social circle. So social circle is how a lot of people have met for decades at this point in time. Only more recently has dating apps, social media, cold approach, and other means of meeting women have become really popular.
Yeah, okay, I can't look at it. I want to look at the comments real quick. Respect from a 7 is better than disrespect from a 10. 6 and 7s are the best, honestly. 8 is cool too, but 9 and 10s are usually headaches. Oh my god. 10s don't exist. 9s and 8s probably won't have any interest in you unless you're tall, rich, and handsome. 6. What would I even expect coming to the comments, though? What did I expect coming to the comments? Like, actually, let me maybe do it this way. Just so can I? Why is it not like? Now it's just showing me only the. Go away. Choose woman who choose you. Well, if you choose a woman who doesn't choose you and you do something that would be considered, you know, don't want to say it, but I think we all know. This is hilarious to listen to while driving. Stop! Put the phone away! Which one? This one? Because oh my god, we could actually let me put this onto this one. There we go. From my experience, Austin knows what he's talking about. Why does that sound like he fucked him? High interest only. Great video, Austin. High interest from a 7 is better than medium interest with from a 10. Good breakdown. Medium interest is the most frustrating. Lived and learned that. Oh my god, and look at the dude. I'm sorry.
Today, we are breaking down high.
I don't want to go back from that. Sorry. Just so my YouTube algorithm knows that I don't actually like this shit. You hit the spot. You can tell off the rip if a girl is high interest or not. It's just up to you to determine if you want to waste your time trying to get her still. Wait. You realize that the high interest was he didn't even understand the video he just watched. He's a fan of this creator. He didn't even understand what he was saying. Daddy, hello! Happy Valentine's Day! The low interest social circle girl is the perfect description of a really bad heartbreak of mine. Okay, never mind. We don't want to hear your trauma story. One of the best videos I will show this to my future children. Okay, this must be satire, right? Women, I'm working on it. Wow. Oh my god, he actually donated $50. Great video, fam. Oh my god, keep sucking his dick, Mike. Keep sucking his dick. Look at this. He keep sucking his dick, man. Austin, the real deal. The fact that nobody talks about the book Casanova Optimization of Attraction speaks volumes about how people are stuck in their dating life. I think if no one is talking about a book optimization of attraction, that actually means that people are just fine in their dating life, but yeah. Oh my god, they're all just fucking advertising this book, man. Oh my god. All of us give money to the— yeah, I swear. We're looking at comments. I once tried my luck with a woman, why does he write with double V, that I thought was high interest. Unfortunately, her boyfriend then punched me above the toe. That is these men summarized perfect. Chat, of course I'm high interest for you. Boom. Oh my god. Again, the book, Jesus. Who paid people to mention the books in random comments? Quirky girls over baddies. Yeah, I can go with that one, actually. Also, just because I'm a quirky girl, but that's a different story. I don't want to— no, I really do not care. Milenico? Whatever. We once already seen this on the Patreon. Oh my god. When did he post it on Patreon? Oh my goodness. I've approached a woman with your techniques and was assaulted. Donates $50. The music in background is a bit too hectic. I would choose a more chill music because the music started to get on my nerves through the video. See, what got I'm not— I wanted to comment this, but I think I shouldn't put myself out there as a target. I want to comment, you know what gotten onto my nerve? His voice and his words. Oh my god. Nice haircut. Okay, dick sucker. Get none of these signs. You need to level up more, bro. Social skills, looks, in your entire life, to be honest. Be patient and keep working, bro. These girls not going anywhere. Wow. Level up, bro. Oh my god. What if they just stare at you with little emotion for minutes? I hate to break it to you. They just might be spaced out. How to level up look. You know, there is a couple of varieties, you know, usually through playing through certain levels, gaining experience, eating certain mushrooms. You know, there's— depending on the game, it can look very different how a level up looks like. The blowjay is crazy high interest. Or she's just overlighting again. Why do they all censor women? Bruh, it's women, not a woman. Jesus. The book again. The book again! The book again! The book— okay, these are fucking bots, dude. You cannot tell me these are not bots. Look at the names. Holy fucking shit. And honestly, I mean, he posted this yesterday. But considering that this, in range to this, is kind of sad, not gonna lie. Well, yeah, there you have it, chat. That's how you get bitches, or not. Because, let's be real, this is probably what puts you into the abyss and gets you ghosted pretty quickly. At least if you are interested in an actual woman and not a teenage child like he might be into, because that's what he made us think.